It's time for local sports on Real Country 96.9 WKLO. Our coverage proudly brought to you by Davis Crushed Stone, Dr. Black's Eye Associates, Denny's Carpet, First Harrison Bank, Morgan's Auto Salvage, Our Place Drug and Alcohol Services, Prosser Career Education Center. Get ready for the excitement, the rivalries, and the hometown pride. It's Real Country 96.9 WKLO, your home for local sports.
"50 years ago, North Harrison won their second sectional ever in boys basketball. Tonight, the Cougars are back in their former home to honor the great teams, players, coaches of the past. Good evening, and thank you for listening to our high school boys basketball broadcast here on 96.9 WKLO, online at WKLO969.com, on the WKLO 96.9 YouTube channel. And you can also listen on your Alexa. Just say, "Alexa, listen to 96.9 WKLO." We welcome you to our Davis Crushed Stone pregame show. We hope you're having a good Friday. Along with our statistician and analyst, Greg Deaton, I'm David Deaton with the play-by-play story. Come on in for this gathering of family, friends, and fans. It's Throwback night here at North Harrison on the campus of North Harrison Middle School in the former Cougar Den, the old high school gym, which is now the main middle school gym. The Eastern Musketeers, with a 2-10 record, are back here as a non-conference opponent as they face the North Harrison Cougars at 4-7 here at the main gym on the campus of North Harrison Middle School here in the town of Ramsey. The Musketeers are 2-10 to start the season. For the first time in 10 seasons, they started 1-11 three times since then, back in 2016-17, 2018-19, and 2019-20. Eastern lost their first 8 games of the season, and that was their worst start since going 0-7 in the 2016-17 campaign. Sean Smith's young team has picked up 2 wins, one at the very end of December in the 5th place game of the Cement City Classic, in which Eastern defeated Rock Creek Academy by a final score of 45-35. The Musketeers then turned around, went to New Washington the following week, that Saturday on January 3rd, and they beat the Mustangs 59-47 in a huge Southern Athletic Conference win. Eastern decided to leave the Mid-Southern Conference around April last year, and they are back in the Southern Athletic Conference for the first time in 26 years. The Musketeers are a young team under head coach Sean Smith, the athletic director who's taken over the reins as head coach, replacing the retired Ray Weatherford, who was the head coach at Eastern for 3 years. This Musketeer team has some balance. They have 2 double-figure scorers that the Cougars will have to be aware of tonight. It starts with sophomore guard Jeff Fowler, who is averaging a team-high 12.6 points per contest. He is also their best three-point shooter, knocking down 36% from behind the arc this season. Brody Temple, their most experienced player, a senior forward, at about 6'5". He's averaging about 11 points and 6 rebounds to go with 3.4 assists and a team-high 2 steals per game. Temple is making just 35% of his shots on the season. And there is one player who is familiar to the Cougars, a transfer from Corydon Central, and Trenton Friedmeier. He's a junior averaging 9.9 points and 3 rebounds per game for the Musketeers this season. Eastern has struggled to score at times, but their defense has really let them down at certain times during the season. They've given up 70 or more points on 4 different occasions this year, including the first time they met North Harrison in their second game at the Cement City Classic in pool play, a game that North Harrison ended up winning 73-46 back on December 29th. The Cougars here tonight honoring the 1976 sectional championship team here on their home floor. A team that included Charlie Robertson, Norman Whitaker, Jerry Kiesler, Rick Crecilius, Gary Chin, Rick Kissel, Alan Reed, Greg Merriweather, Mark Craycraft, Kenny Spencer, Jerry Love, and Brian Schmidt. Bob Wood was the head coach. They went 17-7, won the Floyd Central Sectional, and went 7-1 in this building during that season. They beat Floyd Central in the sectional championship 74-60 before falling to Charlestown in the regional 57-52. Rick Kissel averaged a double-double that year, averaging 16.8 points and 12.6 rebounds, while then freshman Alan Reed contributed 13 points and 7.7 rebounds per game In this building, the Cougars won 78% of their games from 1969 to 1992. This is just the second time the Cougars have played in this building. Have to go back to January 14th of 2000, 26 years and 2 days ago to this day, when they had to move the game here because of a shattered backboard during warm-ups. And so Eastern and North Harrison played in this game, and it was Eastern who won 80-86. That was the last time the Cougars played here, so they are here again playing at home in this building, the old high school gym, the current middle school gym, for the first time in 26 years. North Harrison trailed by as many as 14 points on Saturday in a 59-53 loss at Scottsburg. The Cougars are looking to break a 7-game losing streak in home games dating back to last season. They've already beaten Eastern once. They also did it without Logan Hume the last time. So if the Cougars can put forth the same effort this time around that they did over in Mitchell at the Cement City Classic, the Cougars will certainly have an opportunity to get a big win here in this historic gym here tonight in Ramsey. Had the chance to talk to both teams' head coaches. I talked with Eastern head coach Sean Smith about the Musketeers' development, his thoughts on the Cougars. I talked with North Harrison head coach Ross Schultz with the loss at Scottsburg, the throwback game tonight, and the scouting report on the Musketeers. We'll be able to hear from the coaches after the commercial breaks here from the main middle school gym in Ramsey. This is the Davis Crush Stone pregame show, located at 8605 Big John Road in DePaul. For all of your crushed stone, lime, and aggregate needs, call Davis Crush Stone at 812-347-2707. You're listening to North Harrison Cougars basketball right here on 96.9 WKLO. Our Davis Crush Stone pregame show keeps rolling along right here on 96.9 WKLO. North Harrison at home tonight to take on Eastern Pekin here in the middle school main gym. Throwback night for the Cougars, and with us now is Eastern head coach Sean Smith as the Musketeers get ready to take on the Cougars on this special night here in Ramsey. We'll get to the matchup here momentarily. But Coach, of course, you've been the athletic director at Eastern now for the last couple of years and stepping in to take the boys' position. So what's it been like as far as getting back into coaching again?
Well, it's been fun, but definitely a major adjustment. Last year was a huge adjustment for me and my family, taking on the AD role, and that in itself is quite it's just a lot. You know, it's a lot of time and a lot of learning went on there. Definitely feel a little more comfortable in that role this year, but I will say that I have gained in the last year and a half so much respect for all ADs and just the time they put in and how much work is involved and how you're really like kind of the hub for so many different people, whether it be referees, athletes, parents, community members, teachers, obviously administration, media. I mean, it never ends. So basketball, kind of worked out where maybe doing this might be a little bit of a break from that. But then being a head basketball coach is also kind of the same thing, just in a different way. So it's a lot, and having fun with it, trying to take it one day at a time. But it's been a big adjustment, and just trying to have fun with it. And tonight will be a fun environment, playing in the old gym here and a throwback night. Kind of a cool experience. I'm glad that North Harrison asked us to be a part of it.
Yeah, for sure. And obviously, I know you got a pretty young team this year. Looking at your roster, you do have a couple of guys with some varsity experience. So how have those younger guys come along for you all this season?
Well, they're kind of like what I went through. You know, they kind of got thrown in the fire. There's been, I kind of equate it to drinking water from a fire hose. Definitely had a lot of that going on. I think they're starting to settle in and get a little more comfortable with some of the stuff we're doing, but they're just, there's definitely been growth, but we got a long way to go. Improve. If we had a house, improvement would be the biggest room in our house. We've got a lot of improving to do. There's just so many things we got to get better at, and all that takes time and work, and it's a long journey.
No doubt. Well, I know you got one senior on your roster with Brody Temple, and I believe this is his third year as a full-time varsity player. So what's he meant to you all as far as leadership on and off the floor this year?
Oh, Brody he just is a stable person for us. He's a stabilizer for us, and without him, I couldn't imagine doing this without Brody. And I hope he knows how much he means to us and our team. And the thing is we're going through these struggles. He's kind of like the big brother to all these guys, and he's having to step up and do so many different things for us. In a perfect world, we'd have him playing more inside out, be able to duck him in and bring him out some, but he has to handle the ball for us some because we got a really young point guard. He takes some pressure off of our point guard, Smith, and then he has to rebound, he has to score. He has to do so much for us on top of just being the leader, and he's a great leader. He's a fantastic leader in person, and just could not do this without Brody Temple. I couldn't imagine walking out there tonight without him.
And of course, I know people look at your record and see that you all have definitely played a lot of good teams this season. So how do you think that's helped you all as far as your improvement going into this month and beyond?
Well, it's just we're getting better. We had a couple game stretch there where we played pretty well and limited some of our mistakes, and we were able to get a couple wins. And then we had a couple games on the road where we felt like maybe we could go win, but we learned that when you go on the road, you just got to be a little bit better. You got to bring a little extra. And the Clarksville and Lanesville game, we didn't do that. We played hard. We did some good things, but those teams at home played a little harder, and that happens a lot of times. The home team has a little extra juice from their fans and just being comfortable at home, and we talk a lot about creating our own energy on the road and kind of finding that mentality of like going on the road. There's a reason there's a home team has an advantage. You got to come and play that much harder. You got to scrap that much more. And we're young. And we had our stretches where we do it, but then we have our stretches where we forget to do it, and then I don't think we've come close to playing anywhere near 32 minutes of complete, solid basketball. The two wins we had one stretch in each of those games where we kind of forgot what we were doing and kind of let the team make a run on us, but we were able to come back on that and counter it. But it's just all part of growing, and like I said, we've got a really young roster. We've thrown a really young kid in at the point guard spot and kind of thrown him to the wolves. A couple kids that there really hasn't been a lot of a learning curve for them. Here's varsity basketball, boys, and you're gonna just have to learn in the fire. And at the end of the day, they're going to be better for it. They got to remember it's part of that long process, that long journey, and we just try to get a little bit better every day.
Well, and obviously you've seen North Harrison once over at Mitchell in the Cement City Classic back in December. So as you look at this Cougar team coming in, what stands out to you about the way they've been playing this year?
Well, they're a veteran team. They got a lot of juniors and seniors. They're physical. You can tell they've been in the weight room and done a good job there. And then they have great balance. You really can't key on anybody. They really move the basketball, and they all shoot, and they're a fun team to watch play. They're not a fun team to play against. I did not enjoy playing against them up there at Mitchell. But if I was a fan, I'll probably be like, oh, I like watching that team play because they really move the basketball around and they get good shots and they knock them down. So just a lot of great balance. Those are fun teams to coach. Coach is doing a great job with it.
Well, and as far as the Musketeers go coming in tonight, health-wise, everybody available, ready to go for this one?
Yeah, everybody's good. Everybody's healthy, and hopefully we can continue to be that. Just got to keep getting better.
Coach Smith, as always, thank you so much for taking the time for the talk. You and the Musketeers have a good game here on the road at North Harrison tonight.
Hey, I appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, Sean Smith joining us here, Eastern head coach in our Davis Crushstone pregame show. We've got Ross Schultz after the break. You're listening to North Harrison Cougars basketball right here on 96.9 WKLO.
Real country, pure country.
96.9 WKLO, Hardinsburg, Corydon, Paoli.
And Harrison County Hospital's orthopedic surgeons of Harrison County. They know pain and limited mobility can take a toll on your life. That's why the expert team is there, providing comprehensive, full-time orthopedic care right in our community. Led by Dr. John Connor, a board-certified orthopedic surgeon, along with physician assistant Christina Gunter and nurse practitioner Jeannie Doan. They deliver personalized care to help you move freely again. Don't let pain hold you back. Call Harrison County Hospital today and take the first step toward recovery. 812-734-3800 or online hchin.org.
At First Harrison, the banking butler is more than just a banking app. It's who we are. It's a level of service we've delivered for more than 130 years. If you need to borrow money for a home loan, car loan, even loans for boats, RVs, you name it, First Harrison Bank will get you competitive rates with fast, local decisions. Apply online at firstharrison.com. The banking butler. It's who we are. Keep it easy. Keep it local. First Harrison Bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Our Davis Crushstone pregame show keeps going right here on 96.9 WKLO. It is a big night here at North Harrison, here in the old high school gym, the current main gym in the middle school, as the North Harrison Cougars host the Eastern Musketeers tonight. Head coach Ross Schultz of the Cougars is with us, as the Cougars will have a lot of activities going on tonight, not just playing here in the main gym. We'll get to all that here in just a moment. But Ross, going back to Saturday, of course, you guys were at Scottsburg, and a team that is much improved from where they were a year ago, and you guys did a really good job hanging with them there early on, and they kind of got a little bit of a lead there. But what did you take away from the first half that you thought was working for you guys?
Well, I think we had a better defensive night than we did the night before when Austin hit a few threes on us, and we knew Scottsburg could do the same thing, so we kind of emphasized that. Took that away pretty well. Of course, they hit a few of them, but I thought the defensive game plan was good. Held them to 59 overall. That's not too bad for a good scoring team like them.
Well, and of course, too, you know, they're a team that shot quite a few from behind the arc, but they didn't make as many as Austin, and you guys did a pretty good job getting rebounds and forcing them to one shot and out, too.
Yeah, rebounding always has been an issue for us. We're not the biggest group, but I think we've got better and better, and we almost evened it up with Scottsburg, so that's pretty good.
Well, and obviously, you know, you're looking at a game where you're down 13 at one point there in the third quarter, but you guys came all the way back to cut the lead down to one, and it was great to see the guys be able to come together the way they did and be able to get back in that matchup there in that fourth quarter.
Yeah, we've been playing great team ball, and it continued. That stretch was great. Our press is working well. Garrett Tucker was an animal on the front of it. And I think we kind of flipped the pressure cooker there for a little bit on them and gave them some pressure, but we just couldn't get enough stops. Had a couple of good looks to really give them pressure, game pressure, but didn't quite get it.
Well, obviously, one of the pivotal plays was them getting an offensive rebound. Garrett Bowling missing a shot, getting his own rebound, tipping it up and in, got him up three, and then they just kind of slowly pulled away from you guys there at the end.
Yeah, they kind of went away from him for a while, and they thought, oh, well, we're in a game now. We better get it to our big guy. He was tough to stop. You stop him initially, but then he gets his own rebound, and he's tough to deal with. He's a big guy.
Yeah, and obviously you guys, I thought, did a pretty good job taking care of the ball that night as well against their pressure and their trap. And they've got longer guys than they had last year. A couple of guys looked like they hit a growth spurt, so it was good to see you guys be able to handle that as well as you did.
Yeah, for the most part, we've done well against the pressure, so we got to keep that up throughout the rest of the season.
Well, tonight it's a historic night here at North Harrison. First time in 26 years you guys have been played here in this gym of the high school team. This was the high school gym for many years here. So what's it mean to be in this building with all this history that's behind this?
Well, it's something I've wanted to do since I started coaching here. And you're right, we're North Harrison, like I said before, we're really big on our history. So to be able to coincide it with the 1976 team 50 years ago, just going to be a really neat night. I've already seen a lot of old faces from when I played, and I'm glad they're here, and it's going to be a cool night.
Yeah, and of course, too, the teams back in the 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s had a lot of really good players as well. And so it's not just the 76 team, but it's almost kind of like an homage to the Cougar players of the past.
Yeah, the whole run through this building, I went back and looked at the history. Man, they won a lot of ball games in here. Upwards, close to 80%, not quite, but really strong teams, won a lot of sectionals. It's just a good night to think about all those, and hopefully our players understand that, play with a little more extra fight.
You mentioned honoring the 1976 team, probably one of the most talented teams that ever came through here, 50 years since they've won a sectional. So what's it mean to recognize those guys here tonight?
Oh, it's just awesome. You know, the 80s were great. We won the Crawford County sectional a lot. But, man, the 70s, to be able to do it at Floyd Central, that means a lot, as you can imagine. So, yeah, it was just an impressive group. And I'm glad we're going to have a number of them here tonight. 9 or 10 out of the 12 said they could make it, so we're blessed to have them here.
No question. Well, tonight, of course, there is a game within all the pomp and circumstance, as it were, with Eastern coming in. You guys have already seen them once, so what stands out to you about this Musketeer team coming in?
Well, they've got their leader in the middle. Tim Pulley does a great job. He can go on the outside and attack pretty well. They've just got some good talent on the outside as well, but I'll say first time we saw them, it was their second game of the day, so I know we're going to get a better team than we had that day, so we got to be ready for them.
Oh, and obviously they're a young team, Ross, but being 2-10, that just means that they're a hungry team coming here on the road, and we're looking to try to spoil this night for you all.
That's exactly right. We've been there before. We know what it means, and I know they're playing hard like we always do too, so it'll be tough.
But as far as the Cougars go coming in tonight, everybody available, ready to go for you guys?
Yep, we've avoided the flu bug so far, so we're good.
Sounds good. Ross, as always, thank you so much for taking the time for the talk. You and the Cougars have a good game here at home tonight with Eastern Pekin.
Sounds great. Thanks for being here, David.
All right, Ross Schultz, he's with us here in our Davis Crutchstone pregame show. Stay with us. We've got the starters coming up after the break. You're listening to North Harrison Cougars basketball right here on 96.9 WKLO.
Looking to update your floors? Denny's Carpet in Corden has been your local expert for over 35 years. From cozy carpets to durable hardwoods and stylish vinyl, they have it all and at prices you love. With top-notch customer service and affordable options, they make it easy to transform your space. Plus, enjoy special discounts on select flooring. Stop by or call 812-738-8466 off Highway 62 in Corden. Denny's Carpet, because they know quality and affordability matter.
Are you looking for top quality crushed stone in Harrison County? Look no further than Davis Crushed Stone in DePaul. At Davis Crushed Stone, they have been serving Southern Indiana for years, providing the highest quality crushed stone for all your construction needs. Their locally sourced stone is perfect for driveways, roads, landscaping, and much more. Plus, the friendly staff can assist you with your order, ensuring you get exactly what you need. They'll even deliver it right to your doorstep, making your project hassle-free. Choose Davis Crushed Stone for your next project. Give them a call at 812-347-2707.
The starters being introduced here at the old high school gym, old Cougar Den, now the current maid gym in the middle school. We had a delay in the JV game. We had a roof leak because of a heavy shower that went past, so it took about 25 minutes to get that done. I had to get the floor dried and everything, but the JV game did end, and it ended with North Harrison coming out on top, 48-29. The starters for Eastern tonight, the Musketeers are 2-10, averaging 52 points, allowing 60.8. They'll start Carter Smith, the freshman at guard, averaging 4 points and 4 rebounds per game. Meantime, Trenton Friedmeier, the Corydon Central transfer, junior guard, averaging 9.9 points and 3.3 rebounds, will be a second guard. Third guard is Jeff Fowler, the leading scorer for Eastern. He's a sophomore guard, 12.6 points per game. Gavin Hurst will be the fourth guard. He's a junior, averaging 5.9 points per game. And then Brody Temple, the senior forward, the only senior on the Eastern team, 10.9 points and 6 rebounds per game. Head coach Sean Smith is in his first year as head coach at his alma mater. For North Harrison, averaging 55.7, allowing 60.8 as well. They'll start Caden Hain in the backcourt, averaging 5 points, 4.7 assists per game. Talon Lewis, the second guard, 10 points, 3 rebounds per game. The forwards, Dawson Sen, averaging 8.5 points, 3.3 rebounds per game. The second forward, Corey Burson, 6'4", and a junior, 8 points, 4.7 rebounds per game. And then Bryce Vessel, 5'11", and a senior, the third forward, averaging 5 points and 3 rebounds per game. Head coach Ross Schultz is in his third season at North Harrison. They are 12-44 with Coach Schultz. The tip had to be saved Caden Hain ran it into the Eastern bench and saved it to Brody Temple, who has it in the front court for the Musketeers. Eastern is coming toward us here from the northeast corner of the old Cougar Den. And North Harrison will be going away from us here in the first half. The Musketeers are in the road purple uniforms, the yellow letters and numbers, Eastern and block letters across the front of the uniform, yellow trim around the collar. They also have kind of the yellow feathery pattern down the side of the uniform. A bad pass from Carter Smith is stolen. Dawson Sen gets it into the front court to Bryce Fessel, left wing, into the corner to Talon Lewis. North Harrison in the home white uniforms tonight. Hain pulls the trigger and hits a three from the left wing. Caden Hain gets the Cougars on the board first. 3-0 here in the early going on the first Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. The Cougars also have the blue letters and numbers trimmed in gray. Cougars across the back of the uniform in blue letters trimmed in blue. They also have the blue on the back of the shoulders. North above the number on the front of the jersey. Harrison below the number in the block letters in blue. A drive, a kick, a layup. Gavin Hurst leaves that short right side of the basket, and Corey Burson comes up with the rebound for the Cougars. They also have the blue NH in block letters on the left side of the shorts. They also have the blue stripe trimmed in gray that starts off kind of wide at the top and then narrows only to be wide again at the bottom of the shorts on both sides. Eastern comes out in a zone look here early. Dawson Sen gets it right side, goes baseline down to Bryce Fessel, kicks it opposite corner to Lewis, up to the wing to Hain, around to Sen right side. Sen on the wing, backs it out, and he'll throw it to Hain at the half-court circle to reset. Back to Dawson, fires a three right side. That one clangs off the back of the rim, but Talon Lewis gets the offensive rebound, and ball gets knocked away from him out of bounds. So it will stay with the Cougars with 6:03 to go here in the opening quarter on the first Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard.
North Harrison playing with a lot of intensity right now. They're looking really good.
Burson three left wing. That one's too strong off the back rim. Rebound, it was Smith, and then
stolen.
It was Lewis who got it from him. Lewis goes left baseline to Sen, reverse layup right side, and he lays it in. Dawson Sen with the first two for him tonight. He's made it 5-0 North Harrison. 5:43 left here in the opening quarter on the first Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. Temple over to Carter Smith in the front court. The son of the head coach and athletic director Sean Smith bounces it back to Brody Temple on the left sideline. He'll dribble top of the arc, kicks it opposite corner, and with it is Fowler. He dribbles up to the wing, and then he traveled before he got it away to Brody Temple. You could hear the Cougar fans. This place is almost about 85 to 90% full, and man, does the sound flat out bounce all over the place in this building.
It's really loud.
You understand why they won 78% of their games for 23 years in this building.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's Hain in the front court to Sen on the right side, back to Caden half-court circle. Back over to Dawson on the right corner, dribbles down, ball gets knocked loose. Fessel tried to come up with it. Now there's going to be a tie-up between Jeff Fowler and Bryce Fessel. Actually, timeout called with 5:10 to go here in the opening quarter. 5-0. Eastern gets the steal and the timeout. You're listening to North Harrison Cougars basketball right here on 96.9 WKLO.
At Harrison County Hospital's orthopedic surgeons of Harrison County. They know pain and limited mobility can take a toll on your life. That's why the expert team is there, providing comprehensive, full-time orthopedic care right in our community. Led by Dr. John Connor, a board-certified orthopedic surgeon, along with physician assistant Christina Gunter and nurse practitioner Jeannie Doan. They deliver personalized care to help you move freely again. Don't let pain hold you back. Call Harrison County Hospital today and take the first step toward recovery. 812-734-3800 or online hchin.org.
5 minutes and 10 seconds left here in the opening quarter here inside the old Cougar Den, the main gym here at the North Harrison Middle School here in Ramsey tonight. Eastern trailing North Harrison 5-0 here early with 5:07 to go here in the opening quarter on the first Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. Temple across midcourt, takes it top of the arc. Brody Temple out to Carter Smith below the timeline to the right, takes it to the half-court circle. The 14-year-old freshman drives it to the left wing. Lewis tried to tie him up, but Smith traveled with it. A third-generation basketball player, following in the footsteps of his dad, Sean, at Eastern. His grandfather, Ron, is the all-time leading scorer here at North Harrison. So this is a big night for the Smith family, too.
It's good genetics all the way through there, I guarantee.
No question. Great family, too. Here's Fessel getting it on the left baseline from Lewis. Goes down to the block to Sin on the left side. He launches it out to Lewis on the left wing. Talon takes it between the circles, shovels it over to Caden Hain just below the timeline on the right. Down to the corner to Lewis. Bounce back out to Hain, top of the key. Back to Lewis, right wing three. Yes! Bring it up for three for Talon Lewis. He's knocking down 39% of his shots. Best on the team. 8-0 Cougars. 4:18 remaining opening quarter on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. Temple into the front court. Over to Trenton Friedmeier. The Corridon transfer on the left side. Back to Temple. Ball got knocked away. Fessel had it. And then a tie-up is going to be called with the arrow pointing toward the Cougars. A turnover again for Eastern. And the Musketeers really struggling in that aspect here in the early going.
They've got 5 turnovers, and North Harrison has none.
Certainly makes a difference there, absolutely. With 4 minutes, 5 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Hain into the front court to send left wing. Bounce into the corner now to Corey Burson. Burson, cross court, right wing, or right corner down to Lewis. Talon gets it out to Hain, around up top to send to Burson, and he tried to fake, but walked with it before he could get from the left wing to the basket. So it'll be a turnover, first one of the night for the Cougars with 3:53 to go. The Musketeers go to their bench, and they will send Brenton Friedmeier to the bench. First time we see Chase Batt in there for the Musketeers. He's a sophomore forward, averaging 5 points and 3.6 rebounds per game. Carter Smith controls it in the front court for the Musketeers. Drives it to the left elbow, out to the wing now. Hain pressuring him, bounce back out to Hurst below the timeline. Over to Brody Temple, right side. Temple takes it to the free throw line. Ball gets knocked away, but Temple recovers it at the left elbow. Out to the corner, he goes to Jeff Fowler. He drives it into the paint. Draws a foul. Bryce Fessel is going to be called for the reach-in here for the Cougars. That'll be the first on Bryce, and that'll be the team's first of the night as well on North Harrison.
North Harrison's defense is really aggressive, and that's bothering Eastern big time right now.
Well, they're doing a good job for the most part, not fouling. And that was the first foul on either team. Smith gets it left side, goes to Temple. He takes it to the paint from the left corner, goes up, draws contact. He will go to the line. And he will get 2 shots coming up here.
Good strong move. He went hard to the bucket.
Temple's about 6'5". He is big, and he is a good athlete. The foul is the second on Bryce Fessel of the Cougars. That'll be the team's second as well. So Bryce will have to come to the bench. Free throw on the way, and Temple buries it. Not sure what Eastern's done at the line as far as their team percentage, but that was a good shot there for Temple to get them on the board with 3:19 to go here in the opening quarter. Temple will attempt the second free throw. Logan Hune is in now for the Cougars. And Garrett Tucker, they come in for Fessel as well as Lewis. Rebound comes down to Sen after the second free throw was missed. Up ahead to Tucker, 3 right wing, rims in and out. Rebound tipped around. Jeff Fowler comes down with it. Talon Lewis thought he had him tied up, but Talon is going to be called for a reach-in foul here. That'll be the first on Lewis, and that'll be the third now on the Cougars here in this opening quarter with 3:10 to go on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. It's 8-1, North Harrison leading Eastern Pekin. Inbound will come to Brody Temple for Eastern. Brody brings it across, gets it to the top of the arc inside, goes down low to Chase Batt. Batt kicks it back out to Temple at the top of the arc. Temple drives it inside, draws contact. Garrett Tucker is going to be called for the foul this time. And the foul on the sophomore for the Cougars. That'll be 1 on Garrett. That's 4 quickly on the Cougars here with 2:49 to go here in the opening quarter. Here at the old Cougar Den in Ramsey. Temple went 1 of 2 last time. He rims that first one out. We'll have another shot coming here momentarily. 2:49 to go, opening quarter. First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. It remains 8-1, North Harrison. Second free throw rims out. Rebound tipped around twice, and Sen comes down with it. So Temple starts 1 out of 4 on free throws. Up the floor now to Tucker. To Sen, top of the key. Down to the corner to Lewis, who's back in there. To Hain on the left wing. Drives it into the paint. Forces it out to Tucker, left corner. Up to the wing to Logan Hune. Hune over to Hain now on the left perimeter this time. 2.5 minutes to go, opening quarter. Hain drives it to the baseline. He slips, and he's going to be called out of bounds. That was one of the places where there was a leak earlier. There was a leak in the roof that caused a 25-minute or so delay in the junior varsity game. We had a line of steady showers that moved through, and unfortunately there were a couple of leaks in the roof in the first quarter with 2:47 left. North Harrison's JV jumped out 14-4. Eastern rallied and made it a close game into the third quarter, but the Cougar JV able to pull away their late third into the fourth to win it 48-29, so that's why we started late tonight. Inbound comes to Smith. He'll bring it up the floor. Smith gives it over to Temple below the timeline on the right. Brody Temple holds it now. He's got Garrett Tucker guarding him. Temple stuck on the sideline, lost his dribble. Now he's got to get it out of there. Does to Smith inside the arc right side. Kicks it out for a three. Gavin Hurst misses it front of the rim. Rebound run down. Tucker trying to grab it. Does. Gets it out to Dawson Sen. Dawson runs it up the floor now. Now, North Harrison with it. Sen catches it on the right wing from Hune to Lewis below the half-court circle. Back to Sen, who takes it from right wing to corner. Kicks it up to the wing to Ryland Shank, who checked in during that last break, into Hune in the post. Back out to Lewis, over to Hune, three. Off the back of the rim, left to the top of the key. Rebound tipped, and Tucker comes out of there with it for the Cougars. Kicks it over to Lewis, his three left wing. Karams off the back of the rim. Ryland Shank gets the rebound, goes back up, missed the 10-foot shot from the back of the rim, and the rebound tipped off of Eastern out of bounds. So it'll end up staying on the North Harrison side for now. Cougars have gone a little cold offensively with 1:20 to go here in the first quarter. Up 8-1 still on the first Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. The inbound lob back to Dawson Sen. Sen kicks it over to Lewis. He has it left wing, baseline down to Hune, back over to Sen, and then over to Lewis, and Talon buries a tray from the left perimeter. Talon makes it 11-1 now, coming down to the final minute here of the opening quarter here inside the old Cougar Den here at North Harrison Middle School. Eastern has possession of it. And the Musketeers give it to Brody Temple, right side below the timeline. Temple along the sideline, drives it toward the corner, gets cut off. Side the left or right wing out to Smith now. Carter Smith backs it out from the volleyball line on that right side. Smith gets it down low to Bat. Chase Bat kicks it up to the wing to Trenton Friedmeier, who came back in. Bat gets it back again. Now out to Smith to Temple, top of the key. Drives right down the middle of the paint. Draws contact. He'll go back to the line, and another foul. Going to be whistled here on North Harrison.
When Temple goes to the bucket, they have not been able to stop him so far tonight. He's made 3 trips.
Foul was on Ryland Shank. That'll be the first on the senior at 6'3". That's 5 on the Cougars. So every foul for the last 28.7 seconds of the quarter will put Eastern at the line on defense. First free throw rims out again for Brody Temple.
That's the only problem he's having. He can't get them to fall. When he gets to the bucket, gets fouled.
Second free throw for Temple. He misses that one, back of the rim too strong. Rebound comes down to the Cougars. Shank has it on the front court left side, and Ross Schultz decides to call timeout with 22.4 seconds to go in the opening quarter. North Harrison 11, Eastern 1 on the first Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. You're listening to North Harrison Cougars basketball right here on 96.9 WKLO.
Giving parental permission for children to drink might feel like a chance for safe supervision, but the reality is you're increasing the risk of future alcohol abuse and negative consequences. In addition to the potential for misuse down the road, we also know that alcohol use by teenagers has a damaging effect on brain development. If you really want the best for your child, ask yourself, what message are you sending? Paid for by Our Place Drug and Alcohol Education Services.
22.4 seconds. That's how much is remaining in this first quarter of play here inside the Cougar Den on the campus of North Harrison High School here in Ramsey. Along with our statistician and analyst, Greg Deaton, I'm David Deaton with the play-by-play. Cougars go to Preston Wellman off the bench. He joins a lineup of Logan Hune, Ryland Shank, Garrett Tucker, and Dawson Sen. Wellman has it right side, throws it to Hune between the circles. To Shank at the free throw line, out left wing to Tucker. Now back out to Hune. Kicks it over to the right corner to Sen. He fakes a couple of times, drives it, pitches it up top to Hune. Around to Shank. Ryland gets inside, challenges Bat, and banks it in with 1.7 seconds to go in the quarter.
That was a nice drive.
And the Cougars finish the quarter strong, leading 13-1 on the first Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard heading into the second quarter. You're listening to North Harrison Cougars basketball right here on 96.9 WKLO.
For generations, Prosser has been at the heart of our community. We need you. The Prosser Alumni Association helps seniors who need transitional support, guiding them into jobs or career path and giving them the resources to succeed. Students can apply for scholarships in January at prosseralumni.org. Alumni, join us now. Be a member, donate, or sponsor and help mold the next generation of leaders. Visit prosseralumni.org. Prosser. Skills today, success tomorrow.
And Harrison County Hospital's orthopedic surgeon.
Banking Butler is more than just a banking app. It's who we are. It's a level of service we've delivered for more than 130 years. First Harrison is here to make it easy for local business owners with real estate loans, construction loans, SBA loans, lines of credit, treasury management, and merchant services. You will get competitive rates and fast local decisions. The Banking Butler, it's who we are. Keep it easy. Keep it local. First Harrison Bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Second quarter just getting started here at the old Cougar Den on the campus of North Harrison Middle School, the main gym here in this building. Eastern has possession to start the second quarter. Gavin Hurst and Carter Smith play pitch and catch. Smith right side goes down to the corner to Brody Temple. He'll take it out parallel to the volleyball spike line, and he'll throw it back left side to Gavin Hurst. To Smith, right side of the half-court circle. Smith trying to get everybody in position for the Musketeers. He'll drive it to the volleyball line, circles it back between the rings, and then tosses it out to Hurst. He'll line up a high arcing three, miss it off the right side of the rim. Rebound went off of Jeff Fowler's arm on the right side, and it will actually go to North Harrison now. Cougars held Eastern 0 for 2 shooting in that first quarter. 0 for 1 from beyond the arc. Brody Temple just 1 out of 6 on free throws in that first quarter for the Musketeers. We're down 13-1 on the first Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. Tucker trying to throw a pass left wing down to the baseline to Sen. Deflected. Sen gets it back. Goes out to Shank with it. Then to Hune below the timeline on the right. Over to Tucker left wing. Tucker fakes. Hands it off to Hune, who has it at the left arc. Over to Preston Wellman above the volleyball line on the right side. Down to the wing now it goes to Tucker. Garrett dribbles up, gives it over to Sen on the left wing, down to the corner. Wellman open for a three. That one rimmed around, fell out on him, and under the basket is Trenton Friedmeier to get the rebound for the Musketeers. Quickly the other way, Eastern. Smith has it top of the arc. Carter Smith out to Trenton Friedmeier left side, back to Smith again. And Eastern getting it to Temple, who takes it below the left elbow, kicks it out to Hurst again for a three on the left wing. That one's off the back of the rim. Wellman tips the rebound to himself. And here come the Cougars yet again on the attack. North Harrison.
Good move.
In front. Sen driving baseline. A foul is going to be called before the shot. He went up for a shot attempt there. Foul is going to be on Eastern's Jeff Fowler. That's going to be the first on Fowler tonight. First on the Musketeers, actually, as well.
Made a really nice head fake, got him out of position, and then went to the bucket.
Hurst, Fowler, Smith, Temple, and then a steal. Friedmeier knocks it away from Hune at the free throw line as he was trying to drive to the rim. Temple gets it in the front court from Hurst above the free throw line, takes it right side of the paint, tries to kick it out left corner to Fowler. Ball gets deflected and stolen. Corey Burson out of there with it. Burson in there along with Talon Lewis as well as Bryce Vessel and also Logan Hune. Vessel baseline, gets the jumper left side and knocks it down for his first two of the night to make it 15-1. 5:45 left second quarter on the first Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard.
Talon made a good pass there for that one. He saw him wide open.
And Bryce, confident in that mid-range shot. Here's Fried with it front court from Temple. Drives it right, hands it off to Smith at the volleyball line. He takes it between the rings now. Smith goes right side to Temple. 5:26 second quarter, 15-1 Cougars leading on the first Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. Temple to Smith from the top of the key to the left wing. Smith drives it to the right elbow, kicks it out to the corner to Hurst, out to Friedmeier right wing, and out to Temple. Volleyball line on the left side, and Sean Smith calls a timeout with 5:12 to go here in the second quarter. Eastern 15, or trailing North Harrison 15-1 on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. 5:12 to go till halftime. You're listening to North Harrison Cougars basketball on 96.9 WKLO.
At Harrison County Hospital's orthopedic surgeons of Harrison County, they know pain and limited mobility can take a toll on your life. That's why the expert team is there, providing comprehensive, full-time orthopedic care right in our community. Led by Dr. John Connor, a board-certified orthopedic surgeon, along with physician assistant Christina Gunter and nurse practitioner Jeannie Doan. They deliver personalized care to help you move freely again. Don't let pain hold you back. Call Harrison County Hospital today and take the first step toward recovery. 812-734-3800 or online hchin.org.
North Harrison is flat out dominating Eastern right now. 15-1 is the score on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. We're inside the old Cougar gym, the current main gym here at the middle school, in front of a great crowd, about 85 to 90% full tonight. And the Cougars up 15-1. Defense has been really good so far, and starting to see the offense come to life a little bit more after kind of going through a dry spell there late in the first.
They're playing really, really well defensively. They've started that way, and it's getting a little tighter all the time. Eastern's having a lot of problems with moving the ball.
Back to almost the original starting five for the Cougars. Caden Hain and Talon Lewis in the backcourt. Garrett Tucker, Corey Burson, and Bryce Vessel in the front court. Carter Smith has it left side, hands it to Brody Temple out there with Gavin Hurst and a new face, Reese Lindley, in the game from the Musketeers. Also out there is Jeff Fowler. He stays in the contest. It is Hurst who has it left side. Drives it right, gets it down to the corner to Fowler. Fowler trying to get it out of there. Can't. Hustle all over him. Bounces it up to the wing now to Gavin Hurst. Hurst dribbling. Lost his bounce. Now goes to Fowler in the corner. He takes it inside. Got knocked down. Bryce Vessel, though, got all ball and stole it for the Cougars. Up ahead to Tucker. Who goes coast to coast, and he'll lay it up and in on the right side. First two of the night for Garrett Tucker. And the Cougars up 17-1 now over the Musketeers on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. 4:13 left here in the second as the clock rolls down. Smith into the front court left wing. Hands it into the corner to Fowler. Drives free throw line. Kicks it back out to Hurst up top. Hurst takes it to the left wing. Out front to Temple. Pulls up free throw line. Fakes three times. Then kicks it out to Fowler. His three is blocked.
My.
Garrett Tucker got all that out of bounds right in front of the stage. Just in front of us here from the northeast corner. And the Cougars,
their defense is just incredibly tight tonight. They're playing really well.
And it was really good the first time they played Eastern back in December up at Mitchell. Inbound to Temple, drives, lost it. Burson steals it, up the floor to Lewis. Talon drives inside, lays it up. It rolls off the back of the rim and falls in. Talon Lewis getting his 8th point, and he'll go to the free throw line for a three-point play opportunity. 19-1 with 3:48 to go second quarter. That's 2 fouls now on Jeff Fowler of Eastern. That'll be the team's second of the quarter as well. So the leading scorer, the sophomore, will have to come out. Trenton Friedmeier back in there for the Eastern Musketeers. Brody Temple, Carter Smith, Friedmeier, as well as Reese Lindley. He is a freshman guard, averaging 1.7 points per game. The free throw is good for Lewis. Talon 29 of 34, 85% coming in. Makes it 20-1 with 3:40 left here in the second quarter. Cougars all over the Musketeers. Here's Friedmeier getting it baseline, drives, forces up a shot, missed it off the backboard, hit the front rim, rebound tipped. Hain comes down with it. He'll drive it the other way, goes inside. Temple blocks the shot. He's able to save it under the basket, and then Friedmeier diving after it along the right baseline, couldn't control it. So the Cougars will get it back. Eastern has not made a field goal. They are 0 for 6 from the floor so far with 3:25 to go in the second quarter. They're still down 20-1 on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard.
They're getting very few opportunities to get a good shot. North Harrison is just right in their face.
Hain inbound to Lewis, out to Tucker, deep three straight away. Couldn't get that to go. Lewis tried to save the rebound under the basket, but he was not able to do so as he lost it out of bounds. So the Musketeers will take it. The Cougars will now show a full court press. And we'll see how Eastern handles this. They've not handled the half-court defense very well so far. Temple with it in the backcourt. Tucker guarding him. Hain brings the trap. Mid-court pass to Friedmeier. Up the floor to Smith. Drives, throws up the floater short, right side of the basket. He got his own rebound, though, did Smith. backs it out to the left corner, now circles it around to the right side at the top of the arc. Smith backs it out now to the volleyball spike line. Temple setting a screen, but Smith declines, drives it to the right corner, bounces it out to Gavin Hurst. And Hurst takes it out now to the volleyball spike line. He has it on the right side, pops it over to Temple on the word Cougars over there in front of that sideline on the right. Temple takes it to the left side, 15 feet away now inside the arc. Goes high post to Lindley. Lost it, got it back over to Smith, right wing three, front of the rim short. Long rebound. Temple runs it down beyond the left wing, and Eastern will get another chance here. Down to the corner to Friedmeier. Back out to Temple on the left wing. 2:23 to go second quarter. Still 20-1 North Harrison. Smith gets a skip pass above the right corner out to Hurst. And then to Temple. A foul is called as Temple catches it below the volleyball line on the left. And the foul will be on the Cougars. It will be on Talon Lewis for a hold. That'll be 2 on Talon now, and that'll be the team's first of the quarter on the Cougars.
By far the longest possession that Pekin's had the ball tonight.
They actually have been crashing the glass much better here on this possession.
Much better.
Inbound comes from Smith on the left baseline out to the corner to Temple. Lewis is out, or Lewis still in there. Hune back in. There's Lindley getting a tip off a miss from Friedmeier. And Reese Lindley gets his first 2 points of the night. Going the other way, a drive, a layup, and a foul. Tayden Rader came in there for the Cougars as Lewis goes coast to coast, only to lay it in. First field goal for Eastern, a quick response as well. The foul on Gavin Hurst of the Musketeers. That'll be his first, team's third of the quarter. 2 shots coming, or 1 shot rather, for Talon. He converted a 3-point play to start the quarter for the North Harrison. 22-3, 2:06 to go second quarter. All Cougars on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. Tayden Rader is in there for North Harrison. 6'1" and a junior. Free throw rattles in and out. Lewis couldn't get it to go, and Payne tips the ball out of bounds under the basket, and it'll be Eastern basketball. Eastern getting their first field goal on an offensive rebound the previous trip. Friedmeier gets the inbound, goes to Temple, who gives it up the floor to Smith. Drives it, kicks it out to the left corner to Fowler. Up to Temple, takes it left baseline, shovels it out to Smith for a 3. Air ball, rebound Lindley again, back up off the side rim, and it falls in. 4 points quickly for Reese Lindley, and Eastern now makes it 22-5 with 1:43 left here in the second quarter on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. It's Hune into the front court, gives it off to Hain, right side, right there at the volleyball spike line. Rainer, Lewis, Hune, Hain, and Burks on the floor for the Cougars. Rader gets it at the free throw line against that 2-3 zone. Out to the right wing to Hain. Spins off of Friedmeier. Gets it inside to Rader. He draws contact. Reese Lindley should be the one called for the reach-in foul on that left block. And the foul on Reese Lindley, the freshman. That'll be his first, team's fourth of the quarter here on the Musketeers. Dawson Sen is in. Talon Lewis comes out. Meanwhile, for the Musketeers, going to stick with their lineup of Smith, Temple, Lindley, Friedmeier, and Fowler. Rader gets the left wing from Sen down to the baseline to Haynes. Straight away to Dawson. Back over right wing to Logan Hune. Gets it back to Sen. Drives the free throw line out to Hune. Right wing 3. That one hits the front back rim. Rolls off. Rebound still tipped around. Burson gets it. Throws it back up. Missed it left side of the basket. Carter Smith flies in. Gets the rebound along the left baseline for the Musketeers. Up the floor now, the freshman with it. Less than a minute. 55 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. Smith takes it 15 feet right side. Shot short. Lindley back up. Sticks it in right side, and he'll go to the line. Reese Lindley has breathed some life into Eastern here in the second quarter. Draws the foul. It'll be on Tayden Rader of the Cougars. That'll be the first on Tayden, and that'll be the team's second here in this second quarter with 49.6 seconds to go. Lindley's one free throw is up. He knocks that down. He's got 7 all of a sudden.
Yeah. Got 3 offensive rebounds and scored on every one of them.
22-8 now. Temple knocks it away from Hain at midcourt off the pass, but he is going to be called for contact, and that'll be a foul on the bump against Brody Temple of the Musketeers, his first, team's 5th of the quarter, so it will result in 2 shots for Caden Hain. He's gotten better at the free throw line as the season has gone along. Still 15 out of 26, 58% on the campaign for the Cougars. 42.8 seconds remain until halftime. It's still 22-8 North Harrison. Let's see if Caden can bump that lead back up again. Free throw number 1 on the way. Missed it off the front of the rim. He's already made 3 to start off the night. And try to split the free throws here and bump this lead back up to 15 for North Harrison. Cougars out there with Sen, Hain, Rader. Second free throw off the back of the rim. Sen had the rebound, but Lindley gets it. Now there's a scramble on the floor right side of the lane. Jump ball. The arrow is favoring North Harrison this time on the jump ball. 38.8 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. 22-8. Inbound will come from the right baseline. Hain, Sen, Hune, Rader, and Burson on the floor for the Cougars. For Eastern, Brody Temple, Carter Smith, Trenton Friedmeier, Jeffrey Fowler, and Reese Lindley. Inbound, Smith deflects it away from Rader, drives into the paint, kicks it out to Sen. Right wing, he got it knocked away. Trenton Friedmeier steals it, throws it up the floor to Smith along the right baseline. Dribbles up top, goes to Friedmeier left wing. Friedmeier falls down at the free throw line. He will be called for a travel after falling down. The Cougars were going to try to take it and burst the other way with it. Up 22-8 with 23.5 seconds to go here in the second quarter on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard.
Eastern seeing a little bit of daylight every once in a while. They're coming out of it a little bit.
Their defensive effort has improved a lot more here in the last couple of minutes.
Much better defense.
They're starting to get the offense going a little bit. Sen gets it right side, left side to Hain below the volleyball line as they play pitch and catch. Sen gets it right side, high post to Rader. He drives in around Lindley. Off the glass, fading away from the right block, and Taden Rader's got his first points of the night.
Nice drive.
He draws the foul on Reese Lindley of Eastern. That's going to be his second now, and that'll be one shot for Taden Rader, who had not scored all season until right there in varsity play. First points of the season for Taden. Free throw rattles in.
That thing, it rattled big time.
Here's Smith from the volleyball line, right side, missed it off the left side of the glass, and that'll wrap up the second quarter of play here at the Cougars, here at the old Cougar Den on the campus of North Harrison Middle School here in Ramsey. North Harrison led by as many as 19. No ties, no lead changes. It's all Cougars going into halftime as they lead the Musketeers of Eastern in this matchup between former Mid-Southern Conference rivals on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. It's North Harrison 25, Eastern 8. Coming up, our halftime report, stats and analysis. If we have time, we'll pass along some other scores, and we'll let you know what our plans are for tomorrow as we'll see Corydon Central on the road at Crawford County. 25-8, North Harrison leading here at halftime inside the old Cougar Den at North Harrison Middle School. You're listening to North Harrison Cougar football right here on 96.9 WKLO.
Hi, this is John Bender. Cooler weather, it's on its way. The Department of Energy says a properly insulated home can save you up to 20% off your heating and cooling expense. So make sure your home is properly insulated this fall. The Owens Corning ProCat Low-Fill Insulation System makes it quick and affordable to properly insulate your home. You can do it yourself, or we can recommend a contractor to help you. Learn how easy you can add insulation with the ProCat Insulation System by visiting us at Bender Lumber. Local people serving local needs for over 90 years.
And Harrison County Hospital's orthopedic surgeons of Harrison County. They know pain and limited mobility can take a toll on your life. That's why the expert team is there, providing comprehensive, full-time orthopedic care right in our community. Led by Dr. John Connor, a board-certified orthopedic surgeon, along with physician assistant Christina Gunter and nurse practitioner Jeannie Doan. They deliver personalized care to help you move freely again. Don't let pain hold you back. Call Harrison County Hospital today and take the first step toward recovery. 812-734-3800 or online HCHIN.org.
Hi, I'm Emery Jones, Career Education Coordinator at Prosser in New Albany. It's never too late to level up your life. Whether you're changing careers or finishing your education, Prosser Adult Education offers affordable classes to help you earn workforce readiness, improve your skills, or train for a high-demand job. Visit ProsserCareers.com or call us at 812-542-8508 to get started. Prosser Adult Education. Your future, your move.
Well, it was pretty much all North Harrison in that first half of play. Eastern made a little bit of a run there thanks to Reese Lindley's efforts on the offensive glass for the Musketeers. Lindley came in averaging just 1.7 points per game, but he's pretty much the entire offense for the Musketeers so far here in the first half. North Harrison jumped out to a 20-1 lead at one point in the second quarter, and they have maintained that with their defense here tonight. They lead the Musketeers 25-8 on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard here inside the old Cougar Den on the campus of North Harrison Middle School here in Ramsey tonight. The main middle school gym, a great crowd out for this one, alongside our statistician and analyst, Greg Deaton. I'm David Deaton with the play-by-play. North Harrison has controlled this game basically the entire way so far. And this Eastern team is just simply not really able to get a lot generated on the offensive end. Lindley's offensive rebound putbacks are the main offense tonight for this Musketeer team. They just really haven't been able to get into any kind of rhythm. North Harrison's defensive intensity has been tremendous so far here in the first quarter of this matchup. And even though the Cougars really haven't shot the ball super well from the other end of the floor, especially from behind the three-point line, they have been able to build a pretty nice lead here in the first two quarters of play. Let's go bringing shooting here first for each in this one. And it's Reese Lindley. He's been the man offensively with 7 points, all offensive rebounds, 3 baskets, including a free throw. He got fouled on the last one and made the free throw. So Lindley, so far for Eastern, he has been the man on the boards. He leads the way with 7 points so far. Brody Temple went 1 out of 6 on free throws there in that first quarter of play. He's got 1 point, and that's all the scoring that Eastern has been able to muster so far here tonight on the road in this special throwback game here at the old Cougar Den in Ramsey. Carter Smith, Trenton Friedmeyer, Jeff Fowler, Gavin Hurst, Chase Batt. They've all played. None of them have scored so far for the Musketeers here tonight. And as far as the shooting goes, Eastern has really had their issues knocking down shots. They were 0 for 2 in the first quarter, had a lot of turnovers to go with that. They end up making 22% of their shots in that first half of play, going 3 out of 14, as they went 3 out of 12 there in the second quarter. They were 0 for 1 from behind the arc in the first quarter, 0 for 5 in the second. They were 0 for 6 so far from long distance. Free throw shooting has been rough. They are 2 out of 7 for 29% to this juncture. On the North Harrison side of things so far, been a pretty balanced effort for the most part. Talon Lewis is the leader in scoring. He has 11 points, knocked down a pair of trays there in that first quarter. Converted a three-point play off of a run out there in the second quarter, got another basket for 2, missed that free throw off the foul. So Lewis has 11. He leads all scorers so far. Meanwhile, Caden Haynes scored the first points of the night, knocked down a 3 from the left wing. He's got 3 points. Taden Rader, who had not scored all season until tonight, with a 3-point play there late in the second quarter, he's got 3 points. Dawson Sen and Ryland Shank both got baskets in the first quarter. They both have 2 points. And then you add in Garrett Tucker's 2 and Bryce Fessel's jump shot for 2. And that's as far as the Cougars have gone in scoring. Corey Burson and Logan Hune have seen time. So has Preston Wellman. None of those guys have scored to this juncture. The Cougars were 5 of 11 in the first quarter, 5 out of 10 in the second quarter. And they were able to knock down a total of 10 out of 21 from the floor, 47% there in that first half. They were 3 out of 8 from behind the three-point line in the first quarter, 0 for 3 in the second. They are 3 out of 11 from long range, 27%. And they were 2 out of 5 at the free throw line in the second quarter, good for 40%. The Cougars have been getting better as a team from free throw shooting all season. And the Cougars came in 72% as a team, so they can certainly improve that going into the second half of play. It was 13-1 Cougars at the end of the first quarter. They outscored Eastern 12-7 in that second quarter to take a 25-8 lead on this throwback night here inside the old high school gym, the current main gym at the middle school here in Ramsey on the North Harrison campus. Taking a look at the additional numbers in the first half, North Harrison out-rebounded Eastern 11-8 in those first 2 quarters of play. The Musketeers had 5 offensive rebounds. Reese Lindley had 3 of them, and he had all of his rebounds on the offensive glass. Carter Smith with 2 rebounds, 1 on the offensive end. Brody Temple's 1 rebound came on the offensive glass as well. Trenton Friedmeier and Jeff Fowler both had a rebound for the Musketeers. 8 total, 5 on the offensive end. For the Cougars, 11 rebounds, 4 of those offensive rebounds. So far, it's Garrett Tucker leading the way on the glass. He has 3 rebounds, 1 on the offensive end. Bryce Fessel, 2 defensive rebounds. Corey Burson, 1 offensive and 1 defensive rebound for a total of 2. Talon Lewis and Rylan Shank each had an offensive rebound in that first half. Caden Hain and Preston Wellman both had a defensive rebound. 11 total for the Cougars, 4 offensive. They're out rebounding Eastern 11-8 so far. Turnovers. Eastern has given it up 10 times. North Harrison has 4 turnovers so far. The Musketeers do not have a single assist because all of their baskets have come on offensive rebounds. The Cougars have dished out 9 assists on 10 made shots. Dawson Sen has 3. Talon Lewis has dished out 2 assists, as has Bryce Fessel. Caden Hain and Taden Rader also had an assist in that first half for the Cougars. They lead at 25-8 on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard here at the old Cougar Den in Ramsey. Looking for score updates tonight, and haven't been able to find any so far. We'll see if we can find something from Corydon. They were playing Meade County, Kentucky at home tonight down at the Panther Dome. We'll get that in real quick before our last break. Get to the third quarter. Corydon Central beats the Green Wave tonight, 75-64. The Panthers now 11-2. We'll see them tomorrow evening when they head to Crawford County. JV at 6, varsity around 7:30 with pregame around 7:15 tomorrow. One more break, third quarter on the other side as North Harrison leads Eastern 25-8 on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. You're listening to North Harrison Cougars basketball on 96.9 WKLO.
Looking to update your floors? Denny's Carpet in Corydon has been your local expert for over 35 years. From cozy carpets to durable hardwoods and stylish vinyl, they have it all and at prices you love. With top-notch customer service and affordable options, they make it easy to transform your space. Plus, enjoy special discounts on select flooring. Stop by or call 812-738-8466 off Highway 62 in Corydon. Denny's Carpet, because they know quality and affordability matter.
Are you looking for top quality crushed stone in Harrison County? Look no further than Davis Crushed Stone in DePaul. At Davis Crushed Stone, they have been serving Southern Indiana for years, providing the highest quality crushed stone for all your construction needs. Their locally sourced stone is perfect for driveways, roads, landscaping, and much more. Plus, the friendly staff can assist you with your order, ensuring you get exactly what you need. They'll even deliver it right to your doorstep, making your project hassle-free. Choose Davis Crushed Stone for your next project. Give them a call at 812-347-2707.
Third quarter getting ready to start here at the old Cougar Den here in Ramsey. North Harrison gets the ball to start the second half, and they are coming toward us from the northeast corner here at the Cougar Den, while Eastern is going away from us here. Cougars get it to Bryce Fessel. He fires up a jumper from the left corner. Missed that one off the side rim. Rebound down to the Musketeers. Carter Smith works it ahead. Brody Temple with it now for the Musketeers. Up now to Fowler. Takes it to the right wing. Hands it to Trenton Friedmeier. Back to Hurst. Straightaway 3. Off the back of the rim too strong. Caden Hain tips the rebound away from Carter Smith out of bounds. And it will stay with the Musketeers this time. Inbound to Fowler, 3, hits it, left corner. First perimeter shot the Musketeers have made tonight. First points for Jeff Fowler as well, 25-11, the leading scorer for Eastern, finally on the board. Down by 14 on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. Sen throws it away to the left baseline to Brody Temple from the wing. Temple drives it up the floor, kicks it to Hurst, now to Smith on the left perimeter, drives it top of the arc, hands it off to Jeff Fowler. Goes to Hurst. He'll take it right side of the lane. Throws up a 12-foot teardrop. Missed it, but he drew contact. Corey Burson will be the one that'll be called for the personal here for the Cougars. It'll be the first on Corey tonight. Team's first of the third quarter on this North Harrison team. 2 free throws coming up for Gavin Hurst. Has yet to score, and his first trip to the free throw line. He knocks in that first shot at the stripe. Trims that lead back to 13 at 25-12 with 6:55 to go here in the second quarter. The Musketeers go to the bench. Eli Hoagland is in for the first time. And he replaces Carter Smith in the lineup. Free throw number 2 is up and in for Hurst. He gets that one to tickle the twine going down. 25-13, 6:52 clock rolling here in the third quarter at the old Cougar Den here in Ramsey on the campus of North Harrison Middle School. Sen fires a three left wing. Hain found him, and then the three rims off left side down to Brody Temple who gets the rebound. Cougars settling for jumpers, and then another foul in the front court. A handoff from Temple to Friedmeier on the right sideline, and I think Dawson Sen's going to be nailed on the reach in here. That foul on Dawson will be his first, and that'll be the team's second of the quarter here on the Cougars. Inbound backcourt to Trenton Friedmeier. Gives it to Brody Temple, left side. He'll take it top of the arc. Stops, looks, turns, kicks it back out now to Hurst. Right at the top of the arc. Hurst drives it to the left perimeter. Drops it off to Friedmeier in the corner. Friedmeier showing high, then throwing it back out to Fowler, who takes it to the right elbow and draws a blocking foul on the Cougars.
That was a hard hit.
Well, Talon Lewis definitely was not set.
No.
And that will be the third on Talon now, and that'll be the team's third on the Cougars as well. Eastern's working their way back into this one right now. They're down by 12, 25-13, 6:14 to go here in this third quarter on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard.
North Harrison cold, and they're settling for about any shot they can get right now outside.
Inbound to Temple, left wing, down low, turn around, throw up running hook, and Eli Hoagland knocks it down. Got the friendly roll off the back of the rim from 10 feet away on the right side of the lane. Other way, Sen drives it inside, draws contact, and he might have drawn a foul on the Musketeers. He did, and that'll be the first on Eastern here in the quarter. First of the night on Eli Hoagland. Ryland Shank in for Corey Burson. Talon Lewis is out, and Logan Hume comes in for North Harrison. Inbound to Sen beyond the left arc. Over to Hume, back to Sen, above the left corner to Hain, back to Sen, now right wing to Hume. He fakes. It's this 2-3 zone. High post to Shank. He turns, gets inside, lays it up. It rolls off the left side, back of the rim, and goes down gently for Ryland Shank, who gets his fourth point of the night.
A lot better offense that time.
27-15, 5:30 left here in the third quarter. Friedmeier, top of the key with it in the Eastern front court to Fowler. Got it stripped away. Logan Hume with it. Logan pushes the tempo left side, lost the ball. Sen picks it up along the baseline. He's in a double team. And Ross Schultz able to call timeout. He's not very happy about that sequence, understandably so. 5:19 to go here in the third quarter, 27-15. North Harrison in front of Eastern. You're listening to North Harrison Cougars basketball right here on 96.9 WKLO.
At Harrison County Hospital's orthopedic surgeons of Harrison County, they know pain and limited mobility can take a toll on your life. That's why the expert team is there, providing comprehensive, full-time orthopedic care right in our community. Led by Dr. John Connor, a board-certified orthopedic surgeon, along with physician assistant Christina Gunter and nurse practitioner Jeannie Doan. They deliver personalized care to help you move freely again. Don't let pain hold you back. Call Harrison County Hospital today and take the first step toward recovery. 812-734-3800 or online hchin.org.
5:19 left here in the third quarter on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. North Harrison leading 27-15 over Eastern. Along with our statistician and analyst, Greg Deaton. I'm David Deaton with the play-by-play. Glad to have you with us tonight here on 96.9 WKLO, streaming online at WKLO969.com, on our YouTube channel, WKLO 96.9, as well as on your Alexa. Caden Hain trying to inbound left baseline to right corner to Dawson Sen, but Eli Hoagland knocks it out of bounds, and the Cougars will keep the possession off that deflection. Inbound, Hain lobs it left side of the floor to Hume above the volleyball line. Top of the key to Shank. Left side to Dawson Sen. Drives inside, drew contact, and he'll go to the line for two shots. He got sandwiched in between Jeff Fowler and Brody Temple. Foul will be on Fowler of Eastern. That'll be his third. And that's now two on the Musketeers here in this third quarter of play. And it'll be a two-shot foul coming up here for Dawson, who has not been to the line tonight. 71%, 20 out of 28. Good percentage on the season. Has 2 points on the night. Got that back in the first quarter. Dawson stepping up to the stripe. First shot on the way. Straight up, straight through. Third point of the night for Dawson. Senior at 6 foot. He's out there with Ryland Shank, Bryce Fessel, Caden Hain, and Logan Hume. Gavin Hurst, Trenton Friedmeyer, Jeff Fowler, Brody Temple, and Eli Hoagland for Eastern. Second free throw rolls off the back and right side of the rim. Hune missed the putback, and then the rebound came down to Fowler. Back the other way, Temple in the post. Pass to him, deflected away. Here is Fessel up the floor to Hayne. Nice head fake, goes up, missed the layup. Fessel there to tip it. That won't go. Rebound loose. Fowler comes up with it on the floor. And I believe they're going to give Eastern a timeout. 4:51 remaining here in the third quarter. 28-15. Musketeers call a timeout after that one. You're listening to North Harrison Cougars basketball on 96.9 WKLO.
Are you looking for top quality Chris Stone in Harrison County? Look no further than Davis Chris Stone in DePaul. At Davis Chris Stone, they have been serving Southern Indiana for years, providing the highest quality Chris Stone for all your construction needs. Their locally sourced stone is perfect for driveways, roads, landscaping, and much more. Plus, the friendly staff can assist you with your order, ensuring you get exactly what you need. They'll even deliver it right to your doorstep, making your project hassle-free. Choose Davis Crest Stone for your next project. Give them a call at 812-347-2707.
Real country, pure country.
96.9 WKLO, Hardensburg, Corydon, Paoli.
Brody Temple inbounding it out of the timeout for the Musketeers. Up the floor to Fowler, takes it to the right block, kicks it up to Friedmeyer. He turns in the lane, throws it up off the side rim, won't go, but he'll draw the foul on the Cougars, and I believe it's going to be on Bryce Fessel. That'll be 3 now on Bryce, 5'11" senior. That'll be his third, team's fourth here in the third quarter. 28-15. North Harrison up by 13 with 4:41 left here in the third on the first Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. First free throw too strong off the back of the rim for Friedmeyer. Transferred from Corydon Central back in the fall. Was on the football team and was a JV player the last 2 years on the basketball team as well. Second free throw flames off the back rim, and Sen gets the rebound along the left baseline. Up to Hayne, the floor to Hune in the left wing, down to the corner to Fessel. That shot short from the left corner for 3. Rebound down to Hoagland. And gives it to Fowler, who works it up the floor right side with Hayne all over him. 4:23 left here in the third. Friedmeyer gets it up top, drives in, falls down, somehow got it to Lindley, out to Hurst. 3 left wing off the back of the rim. Rebound to Fessel there on the weak side, right baseline. Up to Hayne, to Hune right wing, down to Sen, drives it baseline, into Temple, lays it up, got it to go, no foul called. Temple tried to take a charge, second field goal of the night for Dawson. He's got 5, and the lead is now 30-15 with 4 minutes to go. Sen,
man, what a steal.
Almost got it, but he had to save it into Brody Temple. Temple races it up the floor, takes it right side of the lane. Bryce Fessel takes it away from him. Fessel running quickly up the floor now. Drives inside. Layup off the front rim short. Rebound Friedmeyer. He'll throw it up the floor and then threw it right to Hayne on the interception.
Wow. 3 in a row.
Back to Fessel on the left wing. Cougars need to slow things down to Shank. Free throw line turnaround jumper. That's off the back rim too strong. Rebound falling down out of bounds was Friedmeyer. A late whistle, but the official did eventually get it right. And it will end up staying with the Cougars. Carter Smith, who's been out for a while, he's back in, replacing Friedmeyer. Hoagland is out along with Temple. You also have Chase Batt back in there. And then you also have Gavin Hurst as well as Jeff Fowler out there on the floor, along with Reese Lindley, who gave him a big boost there in that second quarter. Missed shot there for Hune. Left wing 3, and then he tries to steal it. Couldn't quite save it in that right corner. It goes out of bounds. It'll end up staying with the Musketeers this time. 3:18, third quarter, 30-15. North Harrison winning a low-scoring affair with the Musketeers here tonight. Cross midcourt, Carter Smith, the freshman point guard. Drives it left wing, hands it off to Reese Lindley. Up to Hurst, top of the arc. To Smith. Right wing, drives it into the paint, kicks it straight away to Lindley. He'll drive right side of the block. Ball gets stripped away. It's loose. Lindley comes up with it, pitches it out to Hurst, drives it to the right elbow, out to Smith. Left corner 3 on the way. That one won't go off the side rim. Rebound, Karam's right side to Lindley, and it looks like he stepped out of bounds on the rebound attempt. So North Harrison will get it back. neither team really doing much offensively here in this third quarter.
It's very chaotic right now. With 3 turnovers in a row, just back and forth, back and forth.
Eastern's outscored North Harrison 7-5 so far here in the third. Hune gets it up the floor from Sen, left wing. Back to Dawson at the volleyball spike line to Hune, still on that left arc. Logan backs it out, tosses it over to Sen, right volleyball line. To Fessel, right elbow, out to Hune, wide open 3 left wing. First 3 of the night for Logan Hune. His first points, and he makes it 33-15, 2:20 and counting third quarter. First Harrison banking Butler scoreboard. Smith with it in the forecourt for Eastern. Hands it off to Hurst beyond the right wing. Hurst dribbling, almost lost it, pitches it into the corner now to Lindley. He'll take it right elbow, back out to the wing to Hurst. Dribbles left baseline, pulls up for a 15-footer. He missed it off the glass. Shank is able to come down with the rebound. Up ahead to Sen, drives it. Shot will not count. Foul on the floor just outside that right block. But Dawson draws the foul on the Musketeers. And that foul going to be the 4th on Jeff Fowler, the sophomore, and the team's leading scorer as well. That'll be the team's second of the quarter, or team's third, rather. Cougars go back to the bench. Bryce Fessel will get a break. In for him is Jake Ruoff, who's in for the first time. Hune open 3 left wing, missed it right to the glass, and then Sen with the rebound sticks it back up and in. He's got 5 in the quarter, 7 on the night. Going the other way, and a travel on Carter Smith in the backcourt. So a turnover for the Musketeers with a 20-point deficit, 1:50 to go here in the third quarter. 35-15 on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. Cougars currently have Ryland Shank, Logan Hune, Dawson Sen, Jake Ruoff in there. Ruoff is a junior at 6'1". Goes over right wing now to Hune, straight away to Sen between the circles. To Ruoff, 3, left corner. Bingo!
Nice shot.
Jake's second 3 of the season at the varsity level. His 6th point of the season. Timeout, Eastern. Or no, there's an official's timeout. 1:30 left, 38-15, the biggest lead the Cougars have enjoyed tonight. And a lot of guys getting involved here in this one for the Cougars. Smith trapped in the backcourt to Friedmeier, runs it right down the middle, takes it to the free throw line, bounces it to Lindley, layup left side, got it to rattle in.
Nice, very nice pass.
Reese Lindley has 9. He has been the offense for the Musketeers tonight. 38-17, 1:12 left here in the third. They pop it around the perimeter. There's Ruoff again. Bang again! Left corner 3. Garrett Tucker found him wide open. 6 for Ruoff on the night. He had 3 total points in varsity play coming in. 55 seconds to go, third quarter. Down low to Lindley. Left block goes up, draws a foul. Didn't look like there was a lot of contact there, but there will be 2 shots coming up for Reese Lindley as Dawson Sen figured he probably would be the one to get called for that one. That'll be the second on Dawson tonight. Team's 5th of the quarter. Eastern in the double bonus for the last 53 seconds of the third quarter. They're down 41-17 on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. Free throw. Actually, it is Chase Batt at the line. He missed that first free throw back rim. Eastern is now 2 of 5 in the quarter and 4 out of 12 at the free throw line tonight. Ryland Shank is out. In for him is Corey Burson. And the Cougars also, they sent somebody else. Garrett Tucker still in there. Dawson Sen, second free throw is good. Corey Burson out there. Batt gets the second. He's got his first point. And Preston Wellman is back in there for the Cougars as well. Sen has it at half court. Goes right side to Tucker. Tried to throw it cross court to Burson. Ball got deflected, and Trenton Friedmeier comes away with the theft. He'll run it up the floor now. Kicks it to the left or right wing of the front court to Lindley. Reese Lindley drives it left side, kicks it out to Carter Smith on the perimeter. Smith drives it to the right side volleyball line. Ruoff guarding him one-on-one. Smith dribbling around. Still has his bounce. Dribbles left elbow. Spins into the paint. Nice little up and under move. Left it short, though, under the rim. 15 seconds to go in the quarter. Burson with the rebound for the Cougars. Works it up the floor to Tucker. Right side volleyball line. Down to Sen along the sideline. Back out to Tucker between the circles. 5 seconds. Over to Wellman, right wing. Down to the corner to Ruoff. Back out, deflected pass to Wellman to Tucker. He'll heave it at the horn from the volleyball line. He airballs it to close out the third quarter from the left side of the floor.
It's got 3 more inches that'll right through the middle.
41-18. That's the score on the first Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard as we have played 3 quarters here in the old Cougar Den here at North Harrison Middle School tonight. You're listening to North Harrison Cougars basketball right here on 96.9 WKLO.
Giving parental permission for children to drink might feel like a chance for safe supervision, but the reality is you're increasing the risk of future alcohol abuse and negative consequences. In addition to the potential for misuse down the road, we also know that alcohol use by teenagers has a damaging effect on brain development. If you really want the best for your child, ask yourself, what message are you sending? Paid for by Our Place Drug and Alcohol Education Services.
Morgan's Auto Salvage has been serving the community for many years and have been in the car business since 1984. Morgan's Auto Salvage has late model car, truck, and now carrying semi-truck parts. Can't find a part? With Nationwide Locator, you can find any part you need for your car, truck, or semi. Located on North State Road 37 in Paoli, Indiana. Open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Check out their Facebook page at Morgan's Auto Salvage. For questions, call 812-723-2121. Let Morgan's Auto Salvage experience go to work for you.
Fourth quarter getting started here inside the old Cougar Den here on the campus of North Harrison Middle School. This is the old high school gym. It is now the main gym in the middle school. And North Harrison in control, 41-18, playing their first game in this building in 26 years tonight. And they lead Eastern 41-18 on the first Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. Along with our statistician and analyst, Greg Deaton, I'm David Deaton with the play-by-play. Eastern in the road purple uniforms, yellow letters and numbers, yellow trim on the jersey. Carter Smith has it out of the quarter break, hands it to Brody Temple, left wing. He'll put his head down, drive right, draws contact on Garrett Tucker, and that'll send Brody Temple to the line for the first time since the first quarter when he went 1 out of 6. Foul is on Garrett Tucker of North Harrison, and that will be his first of the night, the team's first of the quarter as well. You can listen to us on 96.9 WKLO, online, WKLO969.com, on YouTube, WKLO 96.9. Air ball free for Trenton Friedmeyer, and it went off Eastern. Jeff Fowler not able to save it on the left baseline. Incidentally, there were no shots for that last foul. That's actually the second on Tucker, by the way, as far as fouls go. And now North Harrison breaking Eastern's press up the floor. Burson pulls up 15-footer left side, knocks it down. First points for Corey tonight. Everybody except Preston Wellman, who has played, has scored so far. Try to get him something. 7:20 left here, fourth quarter. A turnover for the Musketeers. Tucker takes it away left baseline, gives it up the floor to Sen. Back to Tucker. Got to get across midcourt with it against Carter Smith. Has it between the circles. Left side to Sen. Ball got loose. Smith retrieves it along the sideline, runs it up, throws up the runner off the glass, and Carter Smith has his first 2 points of the night. His dad, Sean, calls a timeout right after that. 43-20. Actually, substitution. Gavin Hurst will check back in for Eastern. He'll join a lineup with Jeff Fowler, Carter Smith, Brody Temple, and Chase Batt on the floor. A little bit of a different look for the Musketeers. Flat tire out there for Preston Wellman. Has to tie that shoe. Wellman is out there with Talon Lewis as well as Garrett Tucker, Corey Burson. And I'm trying to get it across the timeline. Tucker, dangerous cross-court pass left side to Burson. Takes it inside the arc, drives, gets the shot up the glass, goes in. Rimmed around and draws the foul on Chase Batt of Eastern. That'll be the first foul on Batt. That'll be the first on the Musketeers here in the fourth quarter. 6:52 to go on the first Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. It's 45-20 North Harrison.
Made a really nice move there. He started to the bucket, hesitated just a second, sidestepped, and went right on in.
We've seen Corey come as far along as anybody on this roster this year. North Harrison's depth is really showing up more and more as the season goes along.
There's a lot of improvement they've made this year.
It's going to be tough tomorrow night when Floyd Central comes to the current Cougar Den. Free throw is up and good for Burson, 75%, 12 out of 16 on the season coming in. 46-20 now as Burson gets his 5th point. 6:45 left, fourth quarter. First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard.
That went out of bounds, hit the referee, and bounced off and came back in.
Preston Wellman deflected it off the official's knee. And then Eastern got it back, and Gavin Hurst drew a foul on Wellman for a hold. That'll be the first on Preston. Team second of the quarter on the Cougars. Jake Ruoff is back out there for North Harrison. Drive, and ball gets knocked out of bounds off Carter Smith. Or Smith lost it off of the Cougars, so it'll stay with Eastern. 6:39 to go, fourth quarter, 46-20. 1976 sectional champions, honored for 50 years after winning the school's second sectional after consolidation before the varsity game tonight. Good to see those guys here as a foul is called on the Cougars off the drive. It'll be the third on Garrett Tucker. Team's third of the quarter now. Inbound, left baseline, Smith into Temple. Left corner, drives it down low, gets into Burson, who falls, but Temple lays it up and in. No call. That's the first field goal for Brody Temple, his third point. 46-22 with 6:24 left here in the fourth quarter on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. Wellman into the front court to Ruoff in the right corner. Drives it, pitches it over to Burson, left side baseline, out to Tucker for three. Short, front rim. Rebound fought for underneath. Fowler had it. He was falling out of bounds. Wellman was falling into him. And it will stay with the Cougars as it went off of Jeff Fowler. Dayton Raider back on the floor now for North Harrison. He'll replace Jake Ruoff in the lineup. Wellman, Lewis, Raider, Tucker, Burson, and Wellman up there on the floor for North Harrison. Here's a pass. Smith takes it away. Wellman trying to throw it to Burson. Carter
nice
Smith,
steal.
coast to coast, lays it in right side for his fourth point. 6 minutes left, fourth quarter, 46-24 now. North Harrison leading on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. Lewis into the middle of the Florida Raider front court, drives it inside. Ball gets poked away from behind, out of bounds under the basket. It'll stay with North Harrison.
North Harrison is getting a little careless here all at once.
Inbound, down low to Raider. Got his shot blocked. Goes up Wellman with the offensive rebound. Couldn't get that. Rebound caroms out to the left corner, and Talon Lewis comes down with it. Inside to Lewis. Talon drives it, missed the layup. Rebound Tucker. He goes back up. And he draws a foul on the Musketeers. 5:36 remaining, and that'll be two shots at the line for Garrett Tucker, who has 2 points to his credit tonight. A lot of Cougars have scored. That's going to be the second on Eli Hoagland. That'll be the team's second of the quarter on the Musketeers. Free throw on the way. Rims in and out for Garrett. He's been a good free throw shooter. 14 out of 17 for 82% as he came into this contest tonight.
I think he just shook that off. He had a big smile like, oh, well.
Shot's been a little off tonight. Second one hits the front of the rim short. Jeff Fowler flies in to get the rebound for Eastern. Gets it up the floor now. Fowler running to the right side. Backs it out to the corner, up to the wing to Temple. Temple drives down to the corner, kicks it back out to Fowler for a three, right wing. That one rolls off the back of the rim. Rebound, long one, out to Gavin Hurst. Gives it to Carter Smith. He'll drive in, drop it off down low for Hoagland. His layup is blocked. And the rebound to the Cougars. Here comes Tucker up the floor. Takes it down to the right baseline. Out to Lewis. Open three, right wing. That one hit the back of the rim and then hit the strap up above, out of bounds. So Eastern will get it back. 5:05 to go in this fourth quarter. 46-24. North Harrison maintaining the lead. Rylan Shank will come in. He'll replace Corey Burson in the lineup for North Harrison. Meantime, Reese Lindley back in there. He is in for Eli Hoagland. Meanwhile, new face in the game, Eli Vogler comes in for the first time tonight. Vogler is a 5'9 freshman. Has been playing well at the JV level this year. 5 minutes to go, fourth quarter, 46-24. North Harrison in command of this one. Up top, Hurst with it, drives it to the right block, throws it up, drew the foul, and he'll go to the line, I think, for two shots. Tatum Raider draws the foul. That'll be for two on Tatum tonight. Team's fourth here in the fourth quarter. 4:52 left. And that'll put Gavin Hurst at the line. He made his two in the third quarter, knocks that one down. Might be their best free throw shooter. Cuts it down to 46-25. Eli Vogler, Preston Wellman, Tatum Raider, Rylan Shank, and Garrett Tucker on the floor for the Cougars. Meantime, for Eastern, they've got Gavin Hurst, Carter Smith, Trenton Friedmeier, Reese Lindley, And Brody Temple, second free throw is down the hat first. He's got 4 points, all on free throws, and he's at a 46-26 advantage for North Harrison. Ball gets loose near midcourt. Rader gets it, drives inside, left the layup short rim. Lindley able to corral the rebound, and there's a foul on the Cougars right after that.
Sloppy both ways.
It'll be on Tate and Rader. Good thing for North Harrison, their defense has been so effective tonight because, man, their offense has flat out it's just gone stagnant here.
What are they going to say? It's just checked down. There's just nothing going on.
And Eastern deserves credit. They've played with much more effort here in the second half, and we've seen many Sean Smith teams over the years. One thing you don't question about a Sean Smith team is they play hard. Free throw spins out for Reese Lindley, who made his only attempt in the second quarter. He has 9 points in this contest. He'll have another shot coming up here momentarily. Could cut this down to 19 if he can make this free throw. Second one on the way. Hits the front, back rim, hits the front again, and falls in. He's the only Musketeer in double figures, 46-27. 4:35 left fourth quarter. First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. Wellman up the floor, down low to Shank. Ryland forces up a tough shot over the defender, missed it. Rebound, though, to Rader. He goes back up, draws a foul. Dayton going back to the free throw line. 2 shots, has 3 points so far. Got a few people that have exited the building on the other side of the floor. Foul was on Reese Lindley of Eastern, his third, team's third here in this fourth quarter. 2 shots at the line now for Taden Rader. First one on the way. That one rimmed out on him. He'll get another attempt here in a few moments. Substitution, I think. Wellman is out, and Jake Ruoff is back in there for the Cougars. Second free throw, Rader up with it. Got it to go. Taden's got his 4th point. Splits the 2 there. 47-27, 4:24 left here in the fourth quarter on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. It is Temple. Brody into the front court. Right wing, almost lost it. Got it back out to Carter Smith, who takes it to the left perimeter. Smith now circles to the right elbow. Fakes, puts up the shot. That won't go off the front of the rim. Rebound down to Eli Vogler of North Harrison. In the backcourt, there's a steal. Eastern getting it. It's Smith with it. Throws it out to Hurst on the left wing. Ruoff deflects it away, but it's Hurst who gets it back. Gives it to Temple. He drives right side. Off the glass. It rolled in, and Brody Temple will have his own 3-point opportunity coming up here. 3:55 to go in what has been a long fourth quarter so far. Substitution for the Musketeers. Ty Steffen is in for the first time tonight. Steffen is a guard, and he is a sophomore. Free throw on the way. That one's good for Temple, so he finally makes his second of the night. He's now got 5 in the quarter, 6 total on the night. 47-30, 3:55 left here in the fourth quarter. Rader is out for North Harrison. In is Talon Lewis. Alan Reed shaking hands down here, part of that 76 team. He was a freshman here at North Harrison. Looks like he's about to head out. Jake Ruoff gets open 3. Hits another one, this time from the right corner. Jake Ruoff has made all of his threes. He's got 9 points on the contest. In the front court, Smith with it. Lead back out to 20. Smith into the lane. Lost it. Ball gets deflected away. Somehow he comes up with it 12 feet away from the basket. Smith trying to get it out of there. Finally does. Straight away to Ty Steffen. Steffen, top of the key. Drives it right side. Has the ball knocked away. Stolen. Lewis with it. Lobs it up the court for Garrett Tucker. Left side layup. Finger roll. That rolls off the rim. Rebound loose on the floor. Eastern comes up with it. Chase Batt is the one who retrieves it. 3 minutes and 6 seconds to go in the fourth quarter on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. North Harrison 50-30, and it's Carter Smith who controls it in the front court for the Musketeers. That takes it left side. Nice hedge there for Ryland Shank, who's back in there. Here is a cross-court pass. Lindley fires a long jumper. Missed it right corner. Goes back up with a putback on the offensive rebound. Couldn't get that to go. Third time. No good there off the front rim, but he will be stepping back to the line for 2 more shots. Foul on the Cougars again. This one on Jake Ruoff, the junior. That'll be 2 shots coming up here for Reese Lindley. He's 2 out of 3 tonight. Free throw on the way. That one caroms off the back of the rim. We'll have one more shot here in a moment. Eastern has just really not been able to knock down shots really anywhere tonight.
No, the free throws have really hurt them, too.
Second one missed. Talon Lewis gets it on the right side of the lane. In this quarter, they are actually 4 out of 7, so they're 9 out of 20 now for the night. Now we got a new face in the game. Logan Denton is in. He's a sophomore, 5'10", plays guard for the Cougars. Good running back on the JV team this year. Here's a turnover. Bat takes it away from Shank, and then he gets it knocked away. Talon Lewis steals it from him on the right perimeter of the front court. Lewis throws it up the floor to Eli Vogler, draws contact. Are they going to give him shots, or are they going to say it was on the floor before he got it up there? Fouls on Eastern, and it'll be whistled against Trenton Friedmeier, the Corydon Central transfer. That'll be the first on Trenton tonight, team's fourth. 2 shots coming up for the freshman Eli Vogler, who has, like I mentioned earlier, been really good on the JV team this year. Starting point guard, he's only a freshman. He's listed at 5'9". That one almost hit that strap up top. It rolled around the rim, fell out, so Eli will get one more shot. The JV team has really had problems at the free throw line this year. They've only been making about 53, 54% as a team, and that's been widespread too. See if Eli can split the difference here. Second free throw, his first varsity point, not at this point. Missed it off the back rim. Rebound down to Reese Lindley of Eastern on the right side. He'll give it up to Carter Smith. Walks it across the timeline right. He'll take it left side, drives, has it poked away. Logan Denton comes up with the steal. Logan drives it coast to coast and drives right in to new face in the game, Court Rice for Eastern. Rice is a sophomore guard. That'll be the first on Rice. Team's 5th of the quarter on Eastern. Both teams will shoot 2 on every defensive foul with 2 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. It's 50-30 North Harrison on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. Denton's first free throw. That was pure.
Real nice shot.
Logan.
Good form.
Backup running back for the varsity, starting running back for the junior varsity team. Hasn't really played any varsity at all this year. Came in one other game this year, had not scored until there. His first career varsity point. The second one rimmed out, but Garrett Tucker runs down the rebound on the left baseline. Kicks it back out to Denton, out to Lewis, back to Denton at the volleyball line, right side to Lewis, then back down to Vogler. Vogler takes it baseline, throws it across left corner, Burson 3. That one won't go. Tucker trying to get the rebound, but he deflected it out of bounds. So it will go back to the Musketeers with 1:43 left. Eastern will go to the bench again. Cordell Hurst, the junior forward, will check in. He replaces Carter Smith. So now the lineup consists of Ty Steffen as well as Court Rice. Cordell Hurst, who has it at the right elbow, turns, gets the shot up, knocks it down. Cordell Hurst, first 2 points. He just came in moments ago. 51-32 with 1:22 left here in the fourth quarter on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. Lewis with the drive ball. Takes 3 laps around the rim. And Talon, who had not scored the entire second half, gets his 13th point and draws the foul. He'll get 1 free throw here. The foul is on Court Rice, his second. Court Rice, Cordell Hurst, Reese Lindley, Ty Steffen, and Chase Batt out there. Rebound, well, Eastern had it, lost it, ends up being stolen Vogler, and then a floater from Denton rims in and out, and the rebound comes down to Steffen. Right there in front, right there in the lane. We come down to the final minute of this fourth quarter. North Harrison about to pick up their 5th win of the season as a foul is called on the other end down on the right baseline. Garrett Tucker going to be nailed on this one. That'll be the 4th on Garrett. 2 shots coming up here for the Musketeers. It'll be Reese Lindley. He has had a lot of trouble here in the fourth quarter. He's 1 of 4 in the quarter, 2 out of 5 on the night. Has 10 points, though, to lead Eastern in scoring with 1 minute and 1 second to go on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. The free throw is good. Lindley gets that. He's 3 out of 6 with his 11th point. North Harrison takes Garrett Tucker out. Talon Lewis also comes out. Jake Ruoff Corey Burson, Preston Wellman, Eli Vogler, and Logan Denton are all on the floor. Lindley buries the second free throw. He now has 12 on the contest.
He's been great on the boards tonight. He's their leading rebounder. He's got 7.
Here's a drive. Ruoff, right baseline, lays it up. It rolls in. Took a couple of bounces off the left and right side rim. Jake's got 11 on the night himself. Eastern up the floor. Cordell Hurst, 3 right corner, missed it back rim. Rebound will go off the Musketeers out of bounds. 39.4 seconds to go. North Harrison up by 21 on the first Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. Cougars are going to beat Eastern for the second time this year, but as it usually happens, no matter how good or how bad a team is, it's always harder the second time around. It certainly was for North Harrison offensively tonight.
Yes. It's really tough to beat a team 2 times, let alone if you face them again in the tournament 3 times.
No, neither of these teams have to worry about that. Yeah. North Harrison in 3A, sectional 30. Eastern in 2A, sectional 47. Final 10 seconds run off. Eli Vogler has it on the right side. He'll dribble out the clock. Final 5 seconds will roll off, and North Harrison's going to win this one tonight. The Cougars knock off the Eastern Musketeers for the second time this season. The final score on the first Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard, North Harrison 55, Eastern Pekin 34. The Cougars avoid a 3-game skid. They are now 5-7 on the season after picking up this win here tonight. And as for the Musketeers, they fall to 2-11 with this loss. And for Eastern, they have now lost 3 in a row after winning back-to-back. So it's the Cougars who win tonight. It wasn't pretty at times, but North Harrison does get the win on throwback night. They avenged that loss from 26 years ago to Eastern here in this very gym with a 55-34 victory. The junior varsity game also goes to the Cougars tonight, 48-29 on the first Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. Coming up, we'll have our Davis Crushstone post-game show. We'll have final stats and analysis. We'll talk with head coach Ross Schultz, and we'll let you know about what we've got coming up tomorrow night, as well as Corydon Central will be on the road at Crawford County inside Ron Ferguson Gymnasium. That rivalry will be renewed. We'll have JV at 6, varsity around 7:30 with pregame around 7:15 from Ron Ferguson Gymnasium in Marengo, with Corydon Central facing Crawford County tomorrow night. Again, North Harrison beats Eastern tonight on the first Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard, 55-34. You're listening to North Harrison Cougars basketball right here on 96.9 WKLO.
And Harrison County Hospital's orthopedic surgeons of Harrison County. They know pain and limited mobility can take a toll on your life. That's why the expert team is there, providing comprehensive, full-time orthopedic care right in our community. Led by Dr. John Connor, a board-certified orthopedic surgeon, along with physician assistant Christina Gunter and nurse practitioner Jeannie Doan. They deliver personalized care to help you move freely again. Don't let pain hold you back. Call Harrison County Hospital today and take the first step toward recovery. 812-734-3800 or online hchin.org.
Are you looking for top quality crushed stone in Harrison County? Look no further than Davis Crushed Stone in DePaul. At Davis Crushed Stone, they have been serving Southern Indiana for years, providing the highest quality crushed stone for all your construction needs. Their locally sourced stone is perfect for driveways, roads, landscaping, and much more. Plus, the friendly staff can assist you with your order, ensuring you get exactly what you need. They'll even deliver it right to your doorstep, making your project hassle-free. Choose Davis Crushed Stone for your next project. Give them a call at 812-347-2707.
And Harrison County Hospital's orthopedic surgeons of Harrison County. They know pain and limited mobility can take a toll on your life. That's why the expert team is there, providing comprehensive, full-time orthopedic care right in our community. Led by Dr. John Connor, a board-certified orthopedic surgeon, along with physician assistant Christina Gunter and nurse practitioner Jeannie Doan. They deliver personalized care to help you move freely again. Don't let pain hold you back. Call Harrison County Hospital today and take the first step toward recovery. 812-734-3800 or online hchin.org.
It's a great win tonight to celebrate Throwback Night here inside the old Cougar Den, the former high school gym, now the current main gym here in the middle school. North Harrison celebrating the 1976 sectional champions. And on their 50 years after they won the program's second sectional championship, after consolidation in 1969, the first ever North Harrison team actually won a sectional back in 1970. The 76 team won that sectional at Floyd Central And they beat Floyd Central in that championship game, only to lose to Charlestown in the regional, but one of the most talented teams that's ever come through North Harrison. They got recognized here tonight before the varsity game. Great to see the reception that they got here inside the old Cougar Den. This was their home gym throughout their high school careers, and that was the home of North Harrison back when the program first started back in 1969 all the way through 1992. The Cougars won 78% of their games in this building. Had only played here one other time. Back in 2000, they had to shift the facility quickly because of a shattered backboard during a warm-up in the current Cougar Den. So in 2000, they moved here, and the Cougars ended up playing Eastern Pekin, who won 80-66, but that would not be the case tonight for North Harrison. They would get the win here tonight in this historic building on the campus of North Harrison Middle School, 55-34 the final. Here on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard, a game in which North Harrison led by as many as 25 points tonight. There were no ties and no lead changes in this win for the Cougars here tonight. We welcome you to our Davis Crushstone postgame show right here on 96.9 WKLO, online, WKLO969.com, as well as on your Alexa and on YouTube at WKLO 96.9. The JV game also went to North Harrison tonight. They won that by a final count of 48-29 to start the night off on the right foot. So the Cougar JV, who also beat Eastern over at Mitchell in the Cement City Classic, also beating the Musketeers again here tonight. And in the Hive at Mitchell, it was North Harrison who won that game over Eastern 73-46. And for the second time this season, it's the Cougars who prevail over the Musketeers, the now former Mid-Southern Conference rivals after Eastern moved to the Southern Athletic Conference, moved back. First time in 22 years they had been a part of that conference, and now they're back in that league again. They did keep some of their MSC rivals on the schedule, including North Harrison. And Sean Smith's team, unfortunately for them, they fall to 2-11 on the season. They've now won lost three in a row, I should say, while the Cougars avoid a 3-game skid themselves and improve to 5-7 with this win tonight. Head coach Ross Schultz about to hop on here with us here in our Davis Crushstone postgame show here tonight as North Harrison is victorious over Eastern 55-34, the final tonight on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. Space is just a little limited up here, but we'll eventually get Ross in here and this will all work out, I believe. Had a couple of kids actually right next to us who slipped as they were coming down the bleachers here. The wood here, the original wood from the gym that was built in 1956, 70 years since this gym was built here at North Harrison Middle School. Again, it was the original high school gym, and the Cougars get the win tonight, making history in the process. First win since 1992 for the Cougars in this building. As Ross Schultz joins us now. Well, a big night, great crowd out for this one. We were almost to capacity tonight here in this old building, and I'm sure it brought back some memories for people who remember this place, and you guys gave them another good memory here tonight.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, but we've lost 2 straight, so we stopped that streak, I guess, in this building. But, yeah, I saw a lot of faces I haven't seen in a long time at a North Harrison game, so that was awesome to see. And it was just a wild atmosphere, and I'm sure it brought back memories for a lot of those people, just seeing the crowd and get excited for some Cougar wins. It's nice.
Well, and you got to honor the 76 team. They got a great reception right before your game after the JV won here tonight as well. Great to see those guys here, and great to see that they're still remembered 50 years after they won really a pivotal sectional for this program.
Yeah, for sure. I always say we're big on our history, and it showed tonight. The ovation they got was a very impressive one and well-deserved. Those guys were great players. You can see Jerry Love still doing his defensive slide. Like all those things. You got to love that.
No doubt. Well, and obviously, too, this building being as full as it was, this place was loud when you guys got going here tonight. You guys got off to a great start in this one, got up 13-1 at the end of the first quarter, and eventually led 20-1 there, and you guys certainly were able to get the crowd involved early and often.
Yeah, I told the guys always put offense, defense up on the board before the game, and talk about the offense, but then I said, forget that. What's going to win us this ball game is this column here, the defense. And boy, we came out and listened to that and proved it with our 20-1 start. Like you said, the offense was rolling pretty good, but they couldn't get anything going with our hands. And of course, they tried to slow it down a little bit on us. I haven't seen that yet in my 3 years, but
We handled it well, made them speed up a little bit, and just got after it that second quarter and first quarter.
Well, that's where it started tonight, too. Defensively, you guys did a great job until the second quarter, really holding them to one shot and out, and then Reese Lindley started getting some offensive rebounds. He gave them a little bit of momentum there before the end of the second quarter, and it kind of seemed like with that zone, you guys kind of settled for some jump shots there, too.
Yeah, we did. We fell in love with the three a little bit instead of attacking and passing around to get better looks, but yeah, he got hot, made 2 or 3 field goals, and just got the game to where, okay, they're in it. If they have a nice jump in the third quarter, which they did,
yeah,
it got a little dicey there.
Yeah, it did. They got it down to 12 there at one point, but your guys responded really well and were able to close out that quarter. I think you outscored them 16-5 there the rest of the quarter after that. So, again, it was defense, but you guys finally found a rhythm again on the offensive end of the floor.
Yeah, I think the defense started it, get some fast break points, but, yeah, then we found a couple good looks and knocked them down, and that's just what you got to do when you get those opportunities. Not let them get back in the game and put really tough game pressure on us.
Yeah, and obviously, too, you look at the fact that you got just about everybody in there tonight who dressed varsity. That was great to see for those guys to get the opportunity to play in this building, and had a lot of different guys who contributed tonight as well. It wasn't just one standout. Everybody pitched in some way.
That's right. We've kind of been a balanced bunch all season long, and then tonight our senior sharpshooter, Jake Roof, came in and just was unconscious, and that was awesome to see for him because he works as hard as anybody every day in practice, doesn't see playing time, and then to see him take advantage of when he gets some was awesome. And he drove to the rim, got a couple rebounds, so that was great. The other guys got in too and did well. Freshman Eli Vogler and Logan Denton had some good stuff, so it was great to see them get in and play some good minutes.
Yeah, those guys, of course, haven't really played any varsity this season, but it's good to see that they're going out there playing against varsity players and able to compete against those guys, even though the game was pretty well decided at that point.
That's right. We've got to get them kind of a little bit ready for next year. We lose 8 seniors, so some of those younger guys need some varsity minutes and get ready for the following year.
Well, the good thing about when you guys were effective against their zone, you guys had effective ball movement. Your spacing was good. You were able to get it to the middle, whether it was Shank, Tucker, Burson, whoever was at the top of that zone at the free throw line. And that's where you guys were able to get your efficiency at its highest on that side of the floor.
That's right. If we don't just play toss it back and forth on the perimeter or the extended perimeter guard to guard, we do pretty well when we hit the elbow extended and short corner. Bryce is great with that, but you're right. All our bigs. Rylan did a good job looking opposite, hitting the shot, and as did Corey and Garrett.
Yeah, and obviously, too, I know things got a little sloppy there at times with turnovers, had a few of those in the second half, but it didn't seem to phase your guys very much, and they were able to at least turn Eastern over from time to time after that, too.
Yeah, they kept the effort up, even with a couple sloppy moments, like you said, but when we got our defense going again, that's what kicked us in the right direction. That's what we're going to be. Our team's got to start on that end.
Well, first win in this building for North Harrison boys since 1992. It's a great win and a great way to cap this off on a night where it's kind of a unique circumstance playing in this old gym that used to be the high school gym. And you also had an exciting 7th grade game earlier in the week that went to triple overtime. So this place has had its run this week.
Yeah. If you want to see some good ball, just come out to this gym throughout the week. There's games every night. It seems like Danny Smith's a busy man, but yeah, it was a great ball game the other night. We were glad to get the win tonight. 2 wins with the JV pulling it out as well.
Well, it gets a lot harder tomorrow night, too. Mike McBride's Floyd Central Highlanders coming in. You guys return to your regular home over in the Cougar Den at the high school and playing a Highlander team that's been getting a lot better throughout the year and a team that really has a lot of confidence, especially on the offensive end right now.
A lot of confidence, a lot of strength. They're a big team, but we'll be ready for them. They've got a lot of weapons. We watch a little bit on them, but we'll be ready.
With the Mike McBride team, you know one thing, they will play hard for all 4 quarters for 32 minutes, so certainly matching intensity is going to be a huge key tomorrow.
That's right. We got to build off of this night, not come out flat, just get after it.
Well, a great win tonight for the Cougars, victorious 55-34 over Eastern in the varsity game on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. Ross Schultz, kind enough to join us here on our Davis Crestone postgame show. Ross, congratulations on the win tonight for you guys at the varsity level and the JV team, and look forward to seeing you guys next week down at Lanesville.
Sounds good. Thanks for being here, David.
All right, no problem. That's Ross Schultz joining us here in our Davis Crestone postgame show tonight. The Cougars come out on top over Eastern. Let's take a look at the scoring and shooting numbers for the 2 teams tonight. We'll start on the Eastern side of the ledger. The Musketeers had a lot of guys who scored, but only one really got into double figures tonight. That was Reese Lindley. He ends up scoring 12 points in this one, had 7 in the second quarter off 3 offensive rebound baskets, and then a basket for 2 in the third quarter. He made 3 out of 6 free throws there in that fourth quarter. And Lindley with 12 tonight. He ends up leading Eastern in the scoring department here on the road. Brody Temple, 6 points in this one, 1 in the first quarter, 5 in the fourth quarter tonight, including a 3-point play in that fourth and final frame. So Temple with 6 tonight. Meanwhile, Carter Smith, the freshman, had all 4 of his points in the fourth quarter. Gavin Hurst had 2 out of 2 at the free throw line in the third quarter. He did the same in the fourth quarter. So Hurst ends up with 4 points tonight for the Musketeers. Cordell Hurst, a basket for 2 in the fourth quarter. He finished with 2 points. Eli Hoagland, 2 points for him. That's his total for the night. Chase Batt, 1 out of 2 on free throws in the third quarter. He ends up with 1 point tonight. And Jeff Fowler with a 3-point shot that he buried. The leading scorer for Eastern, limited to 3 points here tonight at the old Cougar Den. Trenton Friedmeier, the Corydon Central transfer, Court Rice, and Ty Steffen all played, did not score for the Musketeers tonight. Eastern shot the ball better in the second half, 8 out of 19 from the floor. They end up shooting 11 out of 33 tonight for 33%. They go 1 out of 12 from behind the arc, including 1 out of 6 there in that fourth quarter, or in the second half, rather. 1 out of 12, 8% from long distance. Fowler made the only 3. They actually got better at the free throw line as the night went along. They were 2 of 7 at halftime. They went 3 out of 6 in the third quarter, made 6 out of 9 in the fourth, then end up making 11 out of 22 on free throws tonight, good for 50%. Meanwhile, for North Harrison tonight, the Cougars had 2 in double digits. Talon Lewis with 13 points to his credit. He had 11 in that first half. He did get a basket and had an and one chance there in that fourth quarter. Unfortunately, Talon missed that free throw. He ended up going 1 out of 3 at the line tonight, but he did score 13 points to pace the Cougars here tonight. Jake Roof with 11 points, had 6 in that third quarter, a 3 and a 2 in the fourth as well. He was perfect from the floor tonight as he scored 11 points after having only scored 3 the entire season coming in. Meantime, the rest of the team, balanced effort behind them. Dawson Sen had 7, scored 5 of that 7 in that fourth quarter of play. Rylan Shank had 2 in the first, 2 in the third. He ends up with 4 points tonight. Corey Burson had all 5 of his points in the fourth quarter, a basket for 2 and a 3-point play that he converted as well. So Corey with 5 tonight. And I mentioned Rylan Shank had 4. Taden Rader scored 4 tonight, had a 3-point play that he converted in that second quarter. And Rader then with a free throw on 1 of 2 there in that fourth and final frame. He finished his night with 4 points. Caden Haynes splashed the first points of the night, a 3 from the left wing in that first quarter. He finished his night with 3 points. Logan Hune buried a tray in the third quarter. He also tallied 3. And then Garrett Tucker, a basket for 2 in that second quarter. 2 points for him. Bryce Fessel made a nice jump shot from baseline left in the second quarter. He finished with 2 points tonight. Preston Wellman and Eli Vogler played. Logan Denton also had a point, 1 out of 2 on free throws tonight. Denton, though, did not score, or actually did score 1 point, but Vogler and Wellman, who both got time out there tonight, did not score for the Cougars. They end up struggling to shoot the ball tonight. They were actually 11 out of 32 in the second half after making 10 out of 21 in the first half. So the Cougars end up shooting 21 out of 53 here in their old home tonight, 21 of 53, 40%. They go 4 out of 13 from long distance in the second half and shoot 7 out of 24 from behind the arc tonight, good for 29%. And they just flat out did not make free throws in this game tonight at all. They were 6 out of 16 for 38% and only went 2 out of 9 from the, well, hang on a second. I've got that wrong. 2, 6, 8, 10. Wait. Shot 10 free throws in that fourth quarter. They made 3 out of 10. So they actually go 6 out of 17. Yeah, that was right. So they end up shooting 35% on free throws. Thankfully, it didn't factor in tonight for the Cougars. They led 13-1 at the end of the first quarter, outscored Eastern 12-7 in that second quarter to take the lead up to 25-8 going into halftime. Third quarter, the Cougars rallied after a slow start and ended up outscoring the Musketeers 16-10 in that third quarter. But Eastern won the fourth quarter 16-14. But nevertheless, North Harrison still wins tonight 55-34 on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. We'll take one more break, come back, look at final stats, check out a couple of scores as well as the Cougars win tonight here in the old Cougar Den. You're listening to North Harrison Cougars basketball right here on 96.9 WKLO.
At First Harrison, the banking butler is more than just a banking app. It's who we are. It's a level of service we've delivered for more than 130 years. If you need to borrow money for a home loan, car loan, even loans for boats, RVs, you name it, First Harrison Bank will get you competitive rates with fast, local decisions. Apply online at firstharrison.com. The banking butler. It's who we are. Keep it easy. Keep it local. First Harrison Bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Hi, this is John Bender. Cooler weather, it's on its way. The Department of Energy says a properly insulated home can save you up to 20% off your heating and cooling expense. So make sure your home is properly insulated this fall. The Owens Corning ProCat low-fill insulation system makes it quick and affordable to properly insulate your home. You can do it yourself, or we can recommend a contractor to help you. Learn how easy you can add insulation with the ProCat insulation system by visiting us at Bender Lumber. Local people serving local needs for over 90 years.
North Harrison defeats Eastern tonight on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard, 55-34, the final in the varsity game tonight. Let's go over rebounds here for the two teams. North Harrison wins the battle on the glass tonight, 27-21. Eastern very competitive in the rebounding category here tonight on the road. The Musketeers had 8 offensive rebounds with their 21 total rebounds on the night. Reese Lindley led the way on the boards. He had 7 total, 5 of those on the offensive end. Carter Smith, 3 rebounds, 1 on the offensive side. Jeff Fowler, Gavin Hurst, and Brody Temple all had 2 rebounds tonight. Hurst and Temple both collected 1 offensive rebound. Meantime, the rest of the Musketeers, Trenton Friedmeier, Eli Hoagland, Chase Batt, Cordell Hurst, and Ty Steffen all collected 1 rebound apiece tonight. 21 total for Eastern, 8 on the offensive glass. As for the Cougars here tonight, 27 rebounds, 12 offensive. The leader on the glass tonight was Garrett Tucker. He had 7 rebounds, 3 of those on the offensive end. Dawson Sen, 4 rebounds, 1 offensive. 3 rebounds for Talon Lewis as well as Corey Burson. Talon, 2 offensive rebounds, 1 for Burson. 2 rebounds apiece for Bryce Vessel, Rylan Shank, and Preston Wellman. They all collected 1 offensive rebound each. Caden Hain had 1 rebound. Corey Burson, an offensive rebound. Taden Rader with 1 offensive board. And Eli Vogler had 1 defensive rebound tonight for the Cougars. 27 total, 12 offensive. Turnovers were pretty rough for Eastern tonight. 10 in the first half, 8 in the second half. They finished with 18 turnovers tonight here on the road. North Harrison, 4 turnovers in the first half, 5 in the second half. They finished with 9 miscues here tonight inside the old Cougar Den. The Musketeers did not have an assist in the first half. They got 5 in the second half. Carter Smith led the way with 2 assists tonight. Trenton Friedmeier, Gavin Hurst, and Court Rice all dished out 1 assist apiece for Eastern. For the Cougars, 14 assists on 21 made shots tonight. Dawson Sen, 5 assists, leads the way. Bryce Vessel dished out 3. Talon Lewis had 2. Caden Hain with 1. And the same goes for Rylan Shank, Garrett Tucker, and Taden Rader. Nice win tonight for North Harrison here in the old Cougar Den, celebrating the 1976 sectional championship team here tonight. The Cougars are back in action tomorrow night. They will be hosting Floyd Central back at the regular facility, the current Cougar Den over at the high school. So they'll be back home tomorrow. We will see them next Friday when they travel down to the Jerry Reinhardt Athletic Center to take on Lanesville at the Eagles Nest. Then next Saturday, the Cougars will travel to Salem. Eastern, meanwhile, is back home, and it's going to get tough for them tomorrow, too. They've got the Paoli Rams coming down to Eastern tomorrow evening. Next Friday, they will host Charlestown, and then they are at Springs Valley the week after that on Friday, January 30th, before hosting Salem on the last day of January on the 31st. So that's what the Musketeers and the Cougars have to look forward to going into the rest of the weekend and beyond. Meantime, we will catch up with the Corydon Central Panthers tomorrow night on 96.9 WKLO. The Panthers will take a trip to Marengo. They'll have a tough one to take on the Crawford County Wolfpack in a local rivalry. The Wolfpack have already surpassed their win total over each of the last 2 seasons. The 7 wins the Wolfpack have rolled up so far equal the total wins from the 2022-23 season. So far, sophomore guard Braxton Bowman has been the top scorer in the Patoka Lake Athletic Conference. He's averaged right around 28 points per game. He's also led the Wolfpack in assists, steals, and deflections on the season as well. Senior wing Devin Decker has averaged about 8.5 points per game, and junior guard Ian Sturgeon has chipped in about 7.5 points per game. The Wolfpack hit the road for a PLAC matchup with the Orleans Bulldogs at the Doghouse tonight. The last time the Panthers visited Ron Ferguson Gymnasium, they left with nightmares that night, losing 39-37 to the Wolfpack. They will try to turn that result around in a significant way tomorrow night as they make the trip over to Marengo. So join us for our Davis Crush Stone pregame coverage tomorrow night around 7:15. The JV will begin at 6 with the varsity around 7:30 from Ron Ferguson Gymnasium on the campus of Crawford County High School in Marengo. Catch North Harrison and Corydon Central girls and boys basketball throughout the season here on 96.9 WKLO. Listen to us on 96.9 FM, streaming online at WKLO969.com. Check out our Facebook page for our broadcast schedules for the season. Also, the annual Big Cat girls basketball rivalry returns next Tuesday right here on 96.9 WKLO. The North Harrison Lady Cats will head down to Corydon to take on the Corydon Central Lady Panthers in the annual clash between the two girls basketball programs. The JV game at 6, the varsity around 7:30 with pregame. Well, actually, it might be 2 quarters of JV. So we'll say JV at 6, varsity around 7. We'll say pregame will start around 6:40 if we have 2 quarters of JV on Tuesday night. From the Panther Dome in Corydon, you can listen on 96.9 WKLO, WKLO969.com, on your Alexa, or on our YouTube channel. As we close up shop for the night, we'd like to thank all of our great sponsors: Harrison County Hospital, Denny's Carpet, and Our Place, Drug and Alcohol Services in Corydon, Prosser Career Education Center in New Albany, Bender Lumber, First Harrison Bank, Morgan's Auto Salvage in Paoli, and Davis Crush Stone in DePaul. Most of all, thanks to you for listening to our North Harrison boys basketball broadcast tonight. Again, the final score on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard, it's North Harrison 55, Eastern 34 in the varsity game, and in the JV game, the Cougars win 48-29. We thank you for listening to our broadcast and for tuning into our postgame coverage presented by Davis Crush Stone, located at 8605 Big John Road in DePaul. For all of your crushed stone, lime, and aggregate needs, call Davis Crush Stone at 812-347-2707. We'll join Indiana Sports Talk in Progress after we sign off. As we sign off for the night, for our statistician and analyst, Greg Deaton, I'm David Deaton saying have a great night from the old high school gym, the main gym on the campus of North Harrison High School here in Ramsey. Keep your heads held high, love each other, be a light in your community, and may God bless America. Thanks for tuning in to tonight's broadcast. You have been listening to coverage of North Harrison Cougars basketball right here on 96.9 WKLO.
This broadcast on Real Country 96.9 WKLO has been made possible by our incredible community sponsors: Davis Crush Stone, Dr. Black's Eye Associates, Denny's Carpet, First Harrison Bank, Morgan's Auto Salvage, Our Place Drug and Alcohol Services, Prosser Career Education Center. Thanks for supporting local athletes, local schools, and local radio. This has been Real Country 96.9 WKLO, keeping our communities connected.